guys want... Okay. So, Josh...
don't care.
The one guy...
I don't care.
The one guy, Josh, he's a little punch drunk. He's Jack Dempsey. He's like fucking great.
Yeah, that's what I think Joe said he was, punch drunk.
So this chick was working him. Everybody except him knows he's ready to marry the girl, you know.
Right.
So the next time we end up going back to Japan.
You guys know we're recording, right?
Yeah,
who cares? Yeah,
so I'm walking down. I did a double knockdown with it because Josh wasn't there that time. I did a double knockdown with his buddy with his arm around the girl. We're going down with Bungie.
Wait, somebody else, the other guy's got some other guy was with the guy's girl?
Yeah. Well, this girl he was going to marry.
And she was banging somebody else?
Yeah, we were all ecstasied up. He met the girl in a strip club. You know how strip clubs are there.
Was she Japanese?
No, she was Brazilian.
A Brazilian chick working at a Japanese strip club?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had Japanese strip
clubs. A lot
clubs.
of Russians, too.
But they were in a hurry?
Yeah.
What happens one day if you have a heart attack when you start laughing like that?
I'll die.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care. I like to be proud of it. I'll brag about it. It's like when I
oh my God! I was at this fucking funeral. I was somebody I knew I had known for years. They were Jewish, and I mean like real old school Jewish. This is my fucking hand still.
Friends of Gabe.
Listen, I can't jerk off left-handed right here, right now because of this fucking thing. They put her in the ground. They sealed the top of the vault. We had to shovel all the fucking dirt back into the grave. At first, these old rabbi guys, because that was the old school. How you do it? At first, you do a couple spoonfuls. Because I asked the people afterwards, I'm like, "What the fuck was all this?"
I think they worked. They should have a gardener. They have the mortician.
They should have a fucking bulldozer. So they're stuff. It's fucked up.
They were out of rubber bands. They couldn't wind it up.
No, there was a guy on the side with the rubber bands were working on everything. They didn't dig in my fucking hand.
So what's that got to do with your hand?
That's how I hurt my fucking hand by fucking shoveling fucking 6 foot of dirt. Here, do you want me to figure out the cubic feet?
Yes.
Approximately 6, 4, 6, 130 cubic feet.
130 cubic feet?
Yeah.
Really? What's a cubic?
A foot.
No, not cubic.
I swear, you did.
What's that old biblical measurement, a cubit? No,
it is a cubit.
Yeah, well, they didn't even know what a cubit was. Nobody
actually made it up.
I know. That's what I'm asking. What's a cubit?
Listen,
it's like a widget.
It's like, that's nice.
Hey, thank you very little. This is my cool watch.
I guarantee you paid no more than $20 for that.
Let me tell you, I
seriously, was it a guy with the trench coat? Psst, hey, buddy, come here.
Actually, he couldn't even afford a trench coat. No, this is an expensive high dollar watch. This has got to be at least $150. They saw me.
Wait a minute, I was with you when you bought. Was it the one in England that you saw in the fucking case? Did you buy one that night?
No. Well, what case?
Remember fucking me, you, the girl were checking in at the fucking hotel in England right by the airport, and we got into the fucking...
oh, no, I never got that watch.
Oh, you never got it?
Yeah, that was a cool airport.
What was that?
It wasn't Heathrow. It was Gatwick, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Gatwick, you're right.
No, what I'm saying, the hotel I meant was cool. Were we connected to the... Was that me and you?
Yeah, it was that long
car. That was me and Alex Shea.
Yeah, I had met you and Alex Shea before. Me, you, and the girl.
What girl?
You know, the girl who fell in love with the guy Joe afterwards. The three-way girl.
Oh, yes. Carmen.
Yeah, Carmen.
That's right, because when I went there with me and Alex stayed at the same hotel, and I knew I'd been there before, and that was with you.
Carmen. Nice.
Carmen Miranda.
Carmen. Yeah.
I didn't read her Miranda rights, though.
The best thing about that girl was that fucking thing that you talked to and told you where the hell you went. Because you imagine how much more misdirected.
What thing, where? What?
The satellite thing where you talk to him, you call him up on the card and tells you make a right here, make a right there.
Yeah, that's a no smoking room.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Anyway.
Yeah,
we have to. Actually, somebody was like, I forgot that I was doing one of these DVDs, and I was showing pictures. Like, I always keep pictures in my briefcase, like just random photos. People always give me photos. There was one my buddy gave me when apparently I was banging some broad and I was passed out like deep inside her, and we were both unconscious. We're both naked with my cock deep inside, like her gash, and we're sound asleep. So Kevin took the photograph. So I was showing. I didn't know he actually aired it. So I got all these girls calling me, going, "Oh, this is great! I like that picture." But it's all the girls like, "Oh, your ass looks great."
Your ass? Well, there is not. That is the biggest lie. I have
What, you say I don't have an ass?
Your ass was fucking looking good. You know what? You know what? You tell the truth 99.9% of the time. You embellish 99%.
Well, no. I always show a picture of your ass immediately afterwards.
Oh, okay. Then they think it's the greatest thing.
I'm going to discuss that in a minute. Yeah, exactly. So wait, but the one girl calls me up. She's like, this shot is beautifully done. The way they framed it, the way your ass is centered. Kevin was just ecstasied out of his mind. He was and he goes like, the framing was exquisite. The way you caught the juxtaposition of the moment.
Did you just say juxtaposition?
Yes. Because her juxtapositions. I had to position her juxt.
I actually had to look that up because I didn't know what it meant.
Let me explain what a rotten ass you have. Like I admit that I have no ass, but your ass is
juxtaposition. Something that runs parallel.
And this is
an idea road.
No, it's juxtaposed when you place something across something else. Basically, like if you take no, I am not wrong.
Juxtaposition, Jux. A position is running parallel.
That's not running parallel.
If
you have a photograph, on, you juxtapose the photograph onto the other one. Who is it? Let me talk to him.
You don't want to talk to this guy. He hates you.
Yo. Was it Gary Wolf?
Yeah, I'm here with somebody that you hate totally, would kill right now.
I'll kill him. So about 5 years ago, I was banging this girl, and so Sandman comes in the room. So we're going to go for the old double penetration. So because I am the much thickerly endowed person, I had to be like, in the vaginal.
It's like 201,
I had to be in the vaginal area, and he was going to have to put his skinny little penis in her ass. We're over double penetration. So I'm like, I got my hog, and I'm hard as a rock, and he's over there dilly-dallying around, fucking around, trying to get an erection, because he drank too much fucking booze, and too much coke, and too much ecstasy, and which, of course, doesn't affect my ability to get an erection on demand.
Well, it
was like erection on demand. So there I am laying, he's on top, but now he can't get a... So she's riding me, because, like idiots, we should have just put her... Like him on his back, her on top, and me on top. Of course, we didn't really research. We had we didn't have an architect. We needed Mr. Brady with his blueprints.
Yeah, especially because he was gay anyway.
Yeah, he was gay anyway, so he could have filmed it. Anyway, so we had no blueprints. So I figured. So I'm thinking, in my messed up state, that this would be the best position. I'm on my back. She's riding me. She leans forward. Her ass goes up. Hank sticks his dick in. So Dad can't get a hard on. So
I'm in the middle of him, on my knees with the girl's ass here, and I'm jerking off and trying to get a fucking.
He can't get a hard on. So she's got to blow him. Except she's riding me. So now he's standing over me. So I'm looking. So I'm laying on my back like this. He's standing over me, and his ass is like triangular shaped, and he's squeezing, trying to tighten, and he got dimples. Looks like fucking. It looks like a moon craters, or I don't know. Look like a bad case of acne. Anyway. And then he's got his pomegranate-looking balls hanging down, and his fucking penis, which you can't even fucking see. And he's standing over, and she's honking on Bobo, trying, and I'm underneath, and I'm like, why? All I know is that I'm underneath this mess, looking up at your ass, and you're going to say that I have a lousy ass? How gay is this conversation? How gay is this conversation?
I think it's hilarious. I love that story. I wish I could remember it. I don't want to remember it. Well, no, do we have the camera going that night?
Yeah, what?
Was there a camera that night?
Where's my snot rag? Yeah.
The next night I was doing fucking Quentin Tarantino.
No, that was...
Did you actually get the penetration the next night?
Yes, we got the double penetrations. The double penetration was a big victory. I actually got another one of those in the more recently. You
don't have that tape, do you? Does the girl?
No, it's supposed to be sent though. After all these years, eventually I'll see the tape. Hey, did we ever tell the story in the other DVD about when I abused your wife's credit card to buy all sorts of teddy bears?
Yeah, for the other, you were down walking down the hallway.
Did we tell that story?
With your cowboy boots on.
I think they were actually new rock boots. They were like the big rock and roll boots. Now that I remember it.
They were new rocks. There's only a couple places in the world you can buy them.
No, there's lots of places in the world you can buy them.
Well, not when I bought them.
But please.
Those boots are 10 years old. When I bought them. On the back of their card.
Is it only a couple places in the world? Yeah, that's what the card said.
Well, no, it just said the 3 places. It was there in Lauderdale and somewhere else.
Yeah, but they sell them all. I mean, you can buy them like...
I guess now you can.
Well, no,
it was new then, remember? That's why it would call, or it'd be called Old Rock. I wish I had those boots. You guys have seen them? Actually, when I come back from WCW and I come back and the biggest pop ever in the history of ECW, I was wearing those boots that night.
I'm sorry, yeah, because you were watching me from the stands and I was getting the biggest pop ever.
I had this shirt on at that moment. I was looking jacked.
Yes, you were. You were looking
almost
shredded.
as nice as I am now.
Anyway, so let's discuss this. Let's discuss my shirt. Look at my shirt.
I love that fucking
He pushes a vampire.
You gotta
He's
watch.
biting his neck. He's biting the neck of the Statue of Liberty. You see that?
Yeah. You gotta watch Michael Moore's
Fahrenheit 9/11.
Fahrenheit 9/11 is unbelievable.
Do you know what Fahrenheit 9/11 means? Idiot face.
That means that the temperature is 9/11?
No, there was a book, Fahrenheit 4/11, that's where he got the title, and then 9/11 being the 9/11 was when it happened.
Is the book actually Fahrenheit
Yeah, it's a famous
411?
book, yeah, like Fahrenheit 411 or something. Wasn't that it? Or Fahrenheit 452 or Fahrenheit something? What was it? Cameraman, what was it? Who wrote that?
452, I think.
Fahrenheit 452, and
What's it about?
I missed that day in English. I was high that day. The mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah, it is.
How about this? Let me ask you about this now.
How do you live with yourself under those aspects?
I don't know, but let me ask you about this. This has plagued me for quite some time, and this is the perfect forum to discuss it. I am completely not a racist. I don't like anybody, so I hate everyone equally and fairly.
Absolutely.
But this is what I don't get. So
I don't waste any energy on hating anybody.
why would the NAACP still call themselves the National Association of Colored People? Because if you call them a colored people, they would fucking get hot. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. And National Association of African...
No, colored people. The National
Is that what it
Association,
says?
National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
My baby. I'm doing
Is that Dolly?
Yeah.
Is that Dolly?
Yeah, it's Dolly.
Ask if she misses my cock.
Raven goes, description. She's popping.
That was actually a real spit take. The last one was a
You coming
fake.
down, babe? Alright, you gonna pick me up?
This is compelling television. The Sandman talking to his girlfriend.
No. What?
16 years old. Fresh out of grade
You don't
school.
have to what?
She said the 3 hard, toughest years of her life were third
Good.
grade. Blonde, big tits, nice ass. Hello,
I
blowjob.
told you you're only gonna have to do it 5
Brilliant.
times.
Ooh, my phone's ringing. Hold on. Let's see who's calling me. This could be more important. My phone calls are much more interesting than yours. Let's see. Ooh, hang on. What? Fiance. Yeah, so whatever. Let's
discuss her.
we're back, right?
Yeah, we're back.
All right. So let me ask you this. So how's Witchy Poo taking this whole younger woman situation?
She's
Witchy
not.
Poo,
She
Witchy-
fucking took me to court and fucking got $5,995 a month fucking alimony payment.
Well, let's explain to the cognoscenti at home that the white Witchy Poo is actually known as the Sandman's wife, Lori
Peaches.
Lori Peaches Fullington, who was originally, I believe, was Tommy Cairo's valet, and then after that it was my valet, and I put the Kinder Whore dress on her and put the
she's
garage eye makeup, and she looked slutty and sexy.
Garage.
She was actually quite. I love her
American
I used to get when she's sitting in front of my lap, I get a big Woody, a big full-on robot chubby.
Hey, usually everybody else would be thinking about their match.
Nah, because I had 5 minutes and 17 seconds to listen to your stupid theme song. Because I sat in the corner, sound asleep, snoring.
Fuck, you could have came by then.
What's that?
You could have came by then.
Yeah, well, exactly. I was actually, what I was trying to time it is, I wanted to just, I was like, if she would have grinded on me a little bit, and then if you would have hit me with the cane, just at the right moment, I would have shot my nut and hit the referee in the eyeball. I think it could have been done.
Fitting, you would have loved it.
So anyway, so Witchy Poo is his wife. Why do we call her Witchy Poo?
You
So
made
never
it up.
I didn't make it. I'll take credit for it, but
I'm pretty sure you made it up. Fonzie did.
yeah, Fonzie
Fonzie
did.
did.
Witchy Poo. Yeah, we need to get an interview with Fonzie in order on our next video because Fonzie's ridiculous. Anyway, can he leave the state of Florida yet?
Nah.
Can he leave his house or he's on house arrest? Or just state arrest?
He's under arrested development.
You're going to keel over any day now. So anyway, so what happened now? So Witchy Poo...
Switch the filters.
So Witchy Poo... Now, where did you and Witchy Poo meet? This is a fascinating story. The Sandman was a Chippendales dancer.
No, I didn't beat it then. That was in 85. I didn't beat fucking...
And then he met her, and then he got jailed for 10 years and sat in solitary for 9 hours.
Solitary, January 23rd to July 7th, man.
And then there was Prison Break. And then his brother got into the prison.
Have you
Faked the
watched
bank
that?
robbery. Yes, faked the
You
bank
like
robbery.
that?
Yeah.
All right, I haven't seen it yet.
I thought they got that from you, where Fonzie faked the bank robbery to come in and break you out of the big house.
That's rolling in 16 blocks or something, right?
And then get the cargo net.
cargo net.
So when did
We've
you
gotta
meet?
breach
When did you meet Witchy Poo? Why are you sitting like some homosexual actor in the fucking? Let's talk about acting.
Because you're hogging on the stool. It was my stool when this interview started.
Well, I stole your stool. Hey, do you have any glasses so Sandman can do his Charles Nelson Riley impression?
Last time.
It's still
We need some new.
Well, I'm asking you. Let's discuss the Witchy Poo events.
I don't want to talk about her. It's a fucking part of my mind that I've tried to block out.
And how much
my
you
psychiatrist, what do I call it again?
Psychiatrist.
Yeah, my psychiatrist. I can't say the fucking word. Doesn't think I should talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I trump him. I'd like to hear about it. Why don't you shave your armpits? That's fucking disgusting.
Shave my armpits?
Yeah, you should. It's fucking disgusting.
No, you shave your armpits.
You cut them?
Yeah, I cut them.
You don't do a very good job.
Because when they get to cover my fucking face,
you got an Angela Davis eyes. You got an Angela Davis fro in his armpit. You're the only person who can look. Let's tell you, you're the only person in the world who can get a tattoo of himself on himself and not look like a complete jackass.
I know, it's great.
Because you don't look like a partial jackass.
I'm a full ass.
So how much child support are you paying?
She's supposed to get $4,995
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie?
and $2,700 fucking
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, your kids.
Ollie, I like that I ended it with Ollie.
Of course.
Yeah, she don't get it every month. She still ain't got $7,000.
Well, that's just because you declared Chapter 7, right?
Yes.
And so tell us about.
I got rid of $401,000 of IRS that dropped down to 3,512 payments. But you can't do that now because it just changed the law.
So now he's got to pay 312 payments of $3,000, which actually adds up to more than $400,000.
No, it's 12 payments totaling $3,500.
So basically, you're paying 13 cents a payment.
You idiot! Oh my God!
So wait, so do you get the kids with you at all?
Yeah, most of Oliver gets his 5 hours a day.
Now, how old's Oliver now?
7 and a half.
And basically, when he turns 10, you'll be done with him too.
Well,
you don't like kids over. You don't like kids over like 8 or 9. You're like a pedophile. What? Without the sex. Shut up. They're like your playmate because they're like
they're my best man.
Yeah, but you know that Oliver looks exactly like me. He's got my IQ.
And his sideburns.
And he just got the big gut too, so you know he's mine. Where were we? Discussing Oliver. Let's go back to the politics though. I want to discuss Fahrenheit 9/11.
I think it's so.
Again, what about that? What if me and Sandman start doing movie reviews and you sell them on the internet? Like we can do like weekly movie reviews and you can sell them on the Ring of Honor site.
I'm Siskel.
Did you get out with the beady eyes?
Did you get that Ebert? Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Are you saying I'm fat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Look, you're saying
you're fat as shit.
Really?
Come on, chill out. Don't suck it in.
What are you talking about?
This is the way this looks from
Look at that belly there. Look at that. Oh my God.
That's not sucking it in nothing.
Yeah, put your microphone back on. Or maybe not. Better leave it off. So,
testing 1, 2, 3.
You should have seen when a Sandman got his first tattoo. What a fucking pussy. I had like 1 million tattoos at that point.
Yeah,
and you cried like a little girl with a fucking skin knee.
No, I didn't cry.
Yes, you did.
Where'd
you get it at anyway? I forget.
5th and South, 6th and South. The guy, you weren't even there. Now that I think about it, you had me convinced that I was crying and you were there.
Yes, that's what people always ask me about the tattoos. Well, how many you got?
No,
if it's one piece, it doesn't count.
No, this was a different one.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It counts. Once you put it together, it's one piece.
2.
One that and the other one.
Yeah, that goes up there.
And what's another one?
That's it. That one and this one.
That's it.
Oh, you're badass.
No.
First of all, don't let me really bring up tattoos. I'll make you pull down your pants and show you
I'll show
flamingo.
I'll
show it. I dare you.
He's more like a whale.
You won't do it.
Oh yes, I will. This is the world's fucking greatest tattoo.
This is the gayest tattoo. You know the Pope match.
Hold that. Don't go anywhere. Look at this tattoo.
Look how gay this thing is.
It's a flamingo.
It's the guy thinking your arm out. Look at how close up.
Look how well done the artwork is. Look how well done the artwork is.
Look how well it's framed.
Think
Vegas.
Well, that's what I was Scotty Flamingo. But let me point this out.
It doesn't matter when you got it.
Let me point this out a minute here. Wait a minute while I whip this out.
We don't have enough room. Everybody do it.
Well, no, I knew I wasn't going to keep the gimmick because I didn't even like the gimmick, but it was like my first big break
Wait
into
a minute.
business.
So did you get the tattoo after you weren't called Scotty Flamingo?
No, but I knew I was getting rid of the gimmick at some point. Where's my mic?
Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, I was going to get rid of it sooner or later, though. That was Dusty's idea, but
it was Dusty's idea.
I just wanted to get something.
Something.
It wasn't like really my first. It was like my first national break. Cause, well, back then they had territories, so I mean, I was always headlining these smaller territories. Right? And then you just Mr. Sandman grab his sack and then his pomegranate, but that was like my first national break though. And what
year?
What a glorious run! They gave me JT Southern and the Human Albatross to be my partner.
What year?
Was it 91? 91, I think. Maybe 92. Then they
what territory?
WCW.
Oh, okay.
And then they gave me a cruiserweight belt that they lasted all of 1 week because then Bill Watts came in and fucking put the kibosh on me. That cocksucker. And now he's found religion, though. Well, actually, I think he always had religion. Although he wouldn't, I got a big problem with people. I have to say this. I have a big problem with people like, the born-again Christians. Excuse me for getting it right the first time. Folks, push your waitress, tip the veal. Where'd my snot rag go? You keep stealing my snot rag. But no, you know what? I only got you'll find this fascinating. I was reading this book, Misquoting Jesus, and it's actually true stuff. That how people say, like the born again Christians now say the Bible is actual fact. If you read the thing, that it's actual literal.
Right.
Do you know we don't even have a copy of 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 the original? And in fact, like most people think the Bible is just all of a sudden there it was. There's the Bible, right? What happened was the Paul, Matthew, John, Luke, George, and Ringo, they used to fucking follow around Jesus, and then they would write letters after he died, I guess, because I didn't even know he was sick. But anyway, after he died,
come on, yeah.
No, listen. Anyway, they used to write letters to all these towns, right? They write letters and they tell people, what to follow them. This is how you should behave and blah blah blah.
Did the Pony Express take the letters to the town?
No, because there was no literacy, there was no publishing, so they had people rewrite. So they would write the letter, the guy would dictate. And back then, did you know they used no punctuation? So basically, all letters ran together.
Right.
So you didn't know whether it was God is now here or God is nowhere. It could be tons of stuff. So this is actually pretty interesting. This isn't a comedy bit. So then they followed. It's a really fascinating book. So anyway, so then so there was no publishing. There's like 1% literacy, if that. So the only way you got anything written down was if somebody wrote it, then they'd copy it, and the guy would have to copy every word by hand. They didn't have typewriters or shorthand or anything. So then, and this was all back in like Greek and stuff. Or no, actually it was in Latin. It was in Hebrew and like Aramaic and Greek, and that's all Greek to me. Anyway. So listen, but anyway, so then he read all these letters, and then like a bunch of letters survived. I mean, some letters got destroyed, some letters got changed, and in 367 A.D., this Cardinal Athanasius decided that these 28 letters would be the Bible. So
why is there 28 chapters?
No, there was he just decided these 28 letters that they happened to have around that were saved and kept, and they're not even a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. It's like it's like watching like a 17,000 generation DVD, videotape. So then the guy just, and people kept saying before, hey, we should follow this, we should follow that, we should follow this, you know what I mean? And so some guy decided, just some guy, wasn't even like, and he elected, it wasn't even like some big shot pope, it was just the cardinal, some guy said, all right, these 28 books, these will be the Bible, and we'll all follow them. And of course, everybody argued about it. And like 300 years later, they go, we'll just keep these 28 books. So it's not even. So the best thing is, and then it was in Greek. So then when the King James transferred it, they didn't even copy it correctly. Right. And besides that, think about all the people that are doing that are writing it, that are copying it. Half the people that were doing that couldn't even read. They would just copy what they did. So the mistakes they made, then they had people that would edit it. They would be like, I don't think this is what the guy meant. He would change it. So we have no idea. Right. And so it just drives me nuts. Like I was at the hair salon the other day, getting some blue put in my hair, because I just need some color. Anyway, so I was in there, and then some lady tried to convert me. She goes, anyway, she goes, she's like, blah, 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 do you go to church? I'm like, well, no, not really. And then so she's like, well, I'll pray for you. I'm like, I go, that's pretty ballsy. I go, what are you saying that I need praying for? I go, well, how dare you? I go, I said, who are you to pray for me? I said, maybe I can do it on my own. She's like, and maybe I don't even need it. And she's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, listen, lady, I go, she was like a preacher's wife, and she started talking about it, so I just started blistering. I'm like, well, do you know who wrote the Bible? Do you know where it came from? This course I just gave, I just blistered her, and she's like, I'm praying for you. And she like got all mad. And I'm like, she's like, you really need to be prayed for. I'm like, no, I'm going to pray for you. And like, she got offended I would pray for her, though. But it drives me nuts that they're like, this is the actual literal word. I'm like, no, it isn't. And it's not even.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Like, yeah, I thought like the Bible was like, it's, I thought like they had this inspiration. One day they were all hanging around. I thought they were all hanging around, and then they got the inspiration. They wrote the Bible all in one sitting, but it wasn't even that, and it wasn't even collected. I mean, if they wrote, and you can read in lots of passages of the Bible how they talk about writing other letters and other stuff. So there's got to be thousands of letters, and these 28 letters just happen to be decided to become the 28 books because Cardinal Athanasius decided it. And then, I mean, so to me, so there's actually a whole study based on what's called the iterant word. Because the book I'm reading is called the Misquoting Jesus. Because the guy was like, he was like a born again Christian in like 10th grade, and he was like, completely pompous and arrogant.
What do you have to be to be born again?
What's that?
What do you have to be born again?
I don't. I guess you just have to accept Jesus.
Oh, no, just like born with Jesus, like what your parents make me.
No, you just have to decide. You have I don't know. You have some sort of moment, I guess.
So born again. I don't even know how you get there.
I don't know.
You know me. I'd have to.
Ooh, my shrimp cocktail. Thank you. Yeah, sign for that. Is the tip already included?
No, there is a service charge, but that goes straight to the hotel.
All right, add the steak in here too. What's the bill?
62.17.
62. Did I break a window? The 62. Give her $12. That's 20%.
Your passport.
So anyway, so I just find the whole thing. Yeah, just sign it too. He's my power of attorney. By the power of Greystoke, my attorney. Oh, just give it to Gabe. Hold on, give me that. I'm trying to feed my fat face. I need a pen, sir. Thank you, cameraman. Wow, they saw me coming a mile away. 20% service charge.
We're at the hotel, Jesus.
All right, $12 for the tip. I like when they include the tip. I don't have to do the math.
Actually, figuring something out.
What's that?
I brought an abacus in case you need it.
An advocate?
An abacus.
An abacus. I thought you had an advocate to be.
I'm already your advocate.
To negotiate on my behalf.
Thank you.
An abacus. Those are great. I use chisholm block.
Actually, the other day, I was on the computer and I was learning how to use one. It's not as easy as you think.
The chisholm block. You remember that? Had these commercials with Fred McMurray. Remember that? When I was like maybe you're probably too young. The Fred McMurray from My Three Sons, who actually in 1943, believe it or not, he was the #1 leading man in Hollywood and the highest paid actor because everybody else was in the war. Was in they had like a big war or something back then.
They did?
Yeah, who knew?
Something about that. Okay.
Yeah, who knew? Anyway, so Fred McMurray was like the top actor. Anyway,
I didn't even know they had World War I.
So apparently there's some kind of math chisholm bop or something, and they had these little Korean kids, and they're going like this. And they would go like this, and then they would figure out the thing. You know what
pretty much the abacus has 10 rows. There is this guy that it was going to in the computer to where they put him against. I was on the computer looking up abacus, and it was telling me about this guy. He doesn't actually need the abacus. He just does it with his fingers in his hand, and and he's just transferring computers. It's obviously just as accurate. Because an abacus is 10 rows. Everything. That's the.
Isn't that what the computers are based on? Something like that?
10?
Yeah, power 10 or something with all ones and zeros or something, right?
Yeah. Oh my God! I can't believe you actually know that. I couldn't.
You can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I'm a super genius. I'm raving the Coyote super genius.
In fact, I was going over this with my girl because she's in college now too. Yeah, it was like 1001 meant like 7, or 001100 meant like 73. But the way they put them, that's all they had was zeros and ones.
Right.
And
well,
that was the system.
I haven't read the book, but apparently there's this fascinating book about how they discovered zero, which you would think,
that it would be obvious.
Yeah, like who could discover zero? But apparently, mathematically, zero is like this really amazing concept. When it was first discovered, it was like Archimedes or Aristotle or somebody with an A, you know, and they're the mini corn.
I hate them things.
No, but just you got to eat for comedy purposes. You gotta get
I'll wash it down.
You gotta get the little ends.
No, I eat around. I don't go across.
Oh, you don't go across?
I don't do that.
You go around?
Yeah.
How do you go around? Then you go across.
No, you don't.
What do you put on? You put on a shoe and a sock and a sock and a shoe and a shoe? Or
Sock, shoe.
All right, well, I don't know.
You know what?
I'll slit my own throat.
Your way is a little bit better.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I go sock, shoe. But I remember watching All in the Family, and Archie got hot because the meathead was doing it that way. And Archie and Archie said you got to go a sock and a shoe and a sock and a shoe.
What do you do? How do you do it?
Great. You have to do it.
Sock, shoe.
Yeah, you have to.
What about a lot of people that are
Camera. That's not even socks
OCD
anymore.
people do the sock.
I have OCD. I just found out I have OCD. I didn't even know I was sick.
I knew you were a guy. Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't water bottle. No, I just found that out though.
What was the punchline? I was laughing already.
There wasn't one. What's my water? I need a water. Yeah, grab me that water up there, please. No, but really, I didn't even know I had OCD. But
what? As in how? Everybody has it in their own little ways.
Well, yeah, I didn't actually know it though. Yeah, but it's just like a bunch of really quirky stuff.
Right.
But stuff that I like. I thought the OCD was the guy that turned the doorknob 600 times, you know, before he had to leave. You know, that kind of. I don't have that.
Right. Yeah, what's going on?
I actually have OCPD, I think. Orange County Police.
I was reading about it. My girl's a psych.
Do any more corn?
Nah, my girl's a psych major and she's going over like OCD and shit right now.
Really?
I was watching this thing on like
that's
the learners.
Well, then you know about the DSM-4, which is that's a psychology book where they have all the ratings of all the different, you know.
They can make it an AJL.
The diagnoses. It has all the diagnoses in it.
I actually read that with the devil in Nashville. He would bring it on Wednesdays.
The DSM-4?
Who's the devil?
I don't think. Oh, Mitchell. Jim Mitchell.
Mitchell would bring
Yeah,
something like that.
Gable won't book him because he doesn't sell much DVDs, so he can't book him for one of these.
Well, I'm telling you, that guy.
He's entertaining, I'm telling you.
Oh, he really is.
Listen, people, I'm telling you, you should listen to Jim Mitchell. He's entertaining. Buy his dumb DVD so then we can do it with me, him, and the Sandman. Or at least me and him, because nobody really cares about the Sandman. But
I don't blame him.
Where's the salt and pepper? Salt and pepper
here,
and we're in effect. Won't you do kick it now? Grooving. All right.
Anyway, working up a sweat. Come on, girls, that show all the guys that you know how to become #1 in this hot body show. Now bullshit. No, now do your one. Do your Rapper's Delight.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Oh my God. This is how he got so over with Simply Luscious, who I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna. Let's see if he's gonna lie or not. Have you fucked Simply Luscious?
No.
See, I know he would have lied if he knew he wasn't on camera.
There's actually.
If he knew he wasn't on camera. If he knew he was on camera.
That's if I get hot, so I can't even tell you what happened.
I was in the Japanese restaurant when it did.
But you blew me in?
Yes, no, I'm telling out. We're with the guy, who's the guy, the bald guy, the comedian, that we went to see. We were in the city with in the first place. Dave somebody? Or
Dave Attell.
Dave what? Not Dave Chappelle.
Dave Attell.
Dave Littell, whatever.
Attell. The bald guy.
So we went to the comedy club, and the whole time Raven was trying to get on the guy's show. He's just like, I know. But
no, it was Jim. It was on Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn. That's like my favorite show. They canceled the show right after that. It was Jim, the bald guy.
Jim was Dave
Norton.
Jim Norton, yeah. Well, no, Dave was there too because we were hanging out with Norton and Dave Attell and a bunch of people.
Yeah, but so we go into this Japanese fucking restaurant with fucking, don't even sit down yet. He's in the bathroom with fucking, who are we talking about?
Luscious.
With Simply Luscious. Our meals come, we eat, I'm paying the check here, and then Luscious come out of the bathroom a minute there. For a half a fuck, I'm telling people to rush the shit anyway, because I'm fucking going home. But, yeah, she blew him in the bathroom. Japanese restaurant.
Oh, it was hot too. Those were one of the... I'm telling you, she had one sexy woman.
He had to put some wasabi on his cock before she blew him, so there was some taste to it. What? I love wasabi, man. I eat wasabi to the fucking at least. Oh, my mercury level's really high. In fact, my mercury's so high you could probably shove your finger up my ass and tell you what the temperature is.
You just made me think of something.
That's pretty funny now. My mercury's so high you can stick your finger up my ass.
Your mercury?
I know what the temperature.
I was thinking about the car, the Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Shut up! No, you weren't.
Well, you made me think when you know what the mouthwash or the wasabi. Made me think of the I don't know why it made me think of this, but there was this girl that we used to call. She had like all messed up teeth, so they called her the cavity creep.
Where the fuck?
Remember the cavity creeps?
No.
Remember the Crest commercial, the cavity creeps? Remember the cavity creeps, right, Gabe? That Crest commercial where the cavity creeps would come over the wall. Drop the cargo net, drop the cargo net, and the cavity creeps would go over the tooth. It was like a wall, but it was teeth. And they would spray them with the Crest. You remember the cavity creeps, don't you? Come here, hold on for a minute.
No, kid, do not fucking feed into shit. There's no such thing as cavity creeps.
Yeah, the cavity creeps. Anyway, this girl had like missing teeth. They're like, she had some were teeth, some were green, some were missing.
I knew there was.
They used to call her the cavity creep. It's good stuff.
Hilarious. Maybe if I go through all your fucking promos, there's at least 10, there's probably 20 of the exact same things that you say all the time.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's one.
Give my bread back. What were we talking about before?
Cavity creeps.
No, before that. Luscious.
Right. Okay, Luscious fucking you.
Before Luscious. I took Luscious to the swingers club. I took Luscious to the swingers club, but she got mad because I brought another girl too and didn't tell her.
I know.
I was afraid she wasn't going to go.
No, wait a minute. Weren't you supposed to give her a ride or something back and you left without her and she had to take a taxi to her car at the hotel?
No, this is what happened. This is what happened.
Am I close?
No, not even close.
This must be different.
So it was like, there was a swingers club here in Philly, right? And I was in town visiting, and because it was like Valentine's Day or something, it was like $200 a person, or no, $200.
That's right.
Together, I get $100 a person.
Yeah.
And she said she was going to go. I didn't believe her, so. And she said she likes women too, so I'm like, oh, I'll invite another girl.
She tried to pick up my girl.
Yeah, but what I found out later was apparently she wants to pick the woman, not me. So I have the other girl. So I'm like, guess what? I go, I can't believe you made. I'm so happy. I go, I got another girl too. She's like, what? You did? So
you just outbeat her.
Yeah, and then basically yeah, but anyway.
Remind me the time you fucked the girl in the bar, standing in the bar.
We didn't tell that story before.
No.
I ran into a guy who was there for that. No, I swear to God, about 2 months ago, this guy comes up to me and goes, I was going to the movies, and the guy goes, he goes, would you stop eating my food?
I'm eating butter.
Yeah, but how am I going to stay 280?
Good point, I'm sorry. Let me call room service again.
Anyway, so this guy goes, when you wait to hear the story, this guy goes, he goes, hey, remember that time we were hanging out at Evolution? I'm like, no. He goes, yeah, you were banging that girl at the bar. I'm like, he goes, I was right across from the bar watching you.
That's fucking.
Tell the story. It's a great story.
Yeah, so we're in Evolution. All right, now let me set the tone of the fucking bar. First of all, the nicest restaurant you ever been in. You know how it has real dim lights. This place is fucking practically pitch fucking black. For what?
Only one light in the whole place.
Yeah, you go there.
Right over my head.
There's these little fucking.
And there's a fan. The only fan in the place is hot as hell, and the only fan's blowing right at me.
I mean, there's
under the light.
There's little bubbles of like fetuses that have been aborted, like the hangers still sticking out of them that are in this fucking bubble.
Yeah, this is
dark,
disgusting.
gothic, fucking disgusting. I mean, if the lights were on, you probably wouldn't even hang out there. You'd have thought you were in another country. With like
H.R. Geiger would have been scared to go there.
It's the same bathroom. Who were you fucking in the?
It wasn't in the bathroom.
No, who was?
No, that was a different club.
This was the same. That was that club.
No, that was
all right. So anyway, I don't know how the fuck he did it. He wasn't saying like I'm gonna go fuck that girl over there, but he walks around the other side of the bar.
Yeah, forget the part. She was with some minor league hockey player, right?
I didn't remember this part.
Yeah, she's with some what's the hockey teams here? Not the Flyers. What's the other? The one right below it.
Okay.
What? Phantoms.
The who? Phantoms. I think it was with the Phantoms or something. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm like, she's only with him because he's on TV, because he's in a hockey thing. I'm gonna go snake him. So I go,
I'm a wrestler.
Exactly. I go, I'm a wrestler. She goes, she leaves him because I wasn't there. My wrestling trumped minor league hockey. I don't know why I would have been. If he would have been like a pro hockey player,
yeah, a little slippery.
Yeah, a little slippery one.
But he was on skates, so you were done.
Exactly. So anyway, I need some salt and pepper.
All right. Tell me we got a call downstairs for salt and pepper.
That's fine. I got some sauce here.
Fuck.
Anyway, so
he just goes over. I mean, the bar was packed. packed too. It wasn't like it was fucking
to the gills.
standing right there, fucking.
Same girl where Ricky doing and snake meat. Same. That story too.
We told him that story, my baby. Okay, you want to write down directions?
Try him out.
What?
They got a light on Oprah. You ready?
We're back.
Oh, the guy with no credibility?
Yeah, he killed it for all those people who are going to tell stories about how we, rags to riches. All right, so you're talking about tell a story.
Well, nothing. We pretty much got that. He just stood there, fucking went the car over the bar and stood there and fucked the girl.
I didn't bend her over, no.
I know, because when she went to cash register, the
fan's blowing on us. There's only one light in the thing. It's blowing. So I'm like in a porn movie. Like, her hair's blowing back. And I'm fucking her from behind. And literally, she was fucking hot too. She was really hot. And she was really hot.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but she was really hot. So my buddy Jimmy starts grabbing her tits, right? And he's playing with her, right? And she's like, she doesn't care, I'm pounding away, and fucking people are watching her. Sandman's all fucked up. Sandman's like, and she's like, she leans over my shoulder.
I was on the other side of the bar. She's never near you.
She leans over. She goes, I don't mind if your one friend touches me, but not the other guy. That's right. Totally true story too.
No, it's not. I was not even nowhere near the.
And that's the same bar. That's the same bar where you and your wife fucking cock blocked me too.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I've already told that story. I'm telling you, you fucked the Japanese girl first night in like ECW in that bathroom because it's a co-ed bathroom, right?
No, it isn't. That was you're talking about. The columns. No one kimono. I didn't fuck her. I'm not gonna say.
Well, what girl you fucking? Okay,
I'm not gonna say who it is.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. They had the two columns in there. The three columns in the front.
Another place called the Three Columns.
No, like on 2nd Avenue. It was like Ollie and Jerry's or something.
Yeah, the real tall guy.
Harry and Freddy's. Yeah.
That one was like 20.
Like they were more like Georgian architecture. Georgian architecture columns. That's more. No,
you're talking about. No, there's no such thing as Georgia column.
Yes, that's Roman architecture. Fucking
what the hell do you Gothic is Roman?
No, it isn't.
Alright, it's got a fucking the only difference is it's got a gargoyle at the top. Roman is Gothic.
There was no gargoyles in Rome.
I know, that's what I just said.
Because there was an ancient Gothic in Rome.
I know. Oh my God.
Hey, I was just watching this thing today. I'm not an idiot face. The Gothic period is from like the poets, like from Byron and all those guys.
Which was what year?
The Middle Ages.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Roman, Georgian architecture is from ancient Rome, dumb shit.
I was making a parable. I wasn't you.
A parable?
Yeah.
A parable.
I did.
Actually, I was watching this today, and this is the one thing I didn't understand. I was actually watching this thing on the History Channel on I was doing cardio, and I think I got a booger. Anyway, yeah, $50 says the Smells kid picks his nose.
The what?
Remember from Caddyshack? $50 says the Smells kid picks his nose.
I just saw the Wizard of Oz.
That's for the first time. No, anyway, I was watching something on ancient Rome, but they're talking about the aqueducts.
The aqueducts.
They were talking about them as well. They're talking about both of them.
Right.
But here's the thing I didn't
Actually, even the Egyptians had them before the Romans.
All right, but here's the thing.
There was a lot of other knowledge that the Romans had.
Okay, but
then why did we go to the Dark Ages? Is that where you're getting?
Well, no, that's a whole other fucking thing.
That's the alien theory right there.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. They have running water in ancient Rome, and in the Middle Ages, people Yeah, they actually. That stupid thing. Throw the baby out with the bathwater came from?
I know you told me the story.
It's actually true.
It's a great story.
I was reading
I've told people that story since.
This is how they throw the baby out with the bathwater. Because actually, by the Middle Ages, there was no plumbing. There was the Black Plague. There was Gothic stuff going on. Not ancient Roman Georgian architecture. But anyway, but it's amazing that there was running water and plumbing in ancient Rome, and now.
In the year 937,
2,000 years later, or 1,500 years later, in the Middle Ages, they have no plumbing, no nothing. People just throw their shit and piss out the window. The place is disgusting. It's called the Black Plague. Anyway,
and they figured out where that came from.
So what's that?
It was a parasite from a well.
And the rats carried it.
Yeah,
the rats carried it. Anyway, what they would do is because the water supply was limited, was they'd take a bath one night a week, like every Saturday or whatever.
You had to be somewhere in society that talking about like fucking the poor people.
Even the poor people got a bath one day a week. But they would fill the tub up with water, And so the first person would go in, and the biggest person would go in first because he had the most clean. Next biggest. But the water would just continue to get darker and darker because of all the dirt that came off people. So by the time you got to the baby, it was so dark, sometimes you couldn't see the baby in there, so they throw the baby out with the bathwater. When they dump it out the window, that's actually a true thing. That's
story.
actually how they come
I
up
love
with
the
it.
origins of stories.
Yeah.
I'm always on the computer looking up origins. Hey, where'd that saying come from? Like the real McCoy, all stuff like that.
Where'd that come from?
Shot, real McCoys, the Hatfield and the McCoys. Hey, that's a real McCoy, let's kill him. How about a shot? Like when you go to the bar, you order a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know why it's called a shot?
Why?
Because in the old West, you used to be able to trade a bullet for the alcohol. So a shot was a shot that you fucking took from your bullet, and you paid actually one bullet for the shot of glass.
That's probably not that interesting.
I can give you way more.
So wait, I'm going to go back to this ancient Rome thing. Hold on. Let me.
Hello. Yeah, who's this?
Would you turn your phone
what's
off?
up? I'm in the middle of an interview right now, buddy. Can we talk later?
Yeah, we're never gonna get this done.
All right, good.
Anyway, so here's my thing with the aqueducts. So I'm watching that thing today. With the Mighty Ducks. With Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Ducks. What are you doing? That's my food.
You're not eating this.
Yeah, but I don't want you to eat it either. Anyway, so you see the little the gimmicks. But what was the deal though? Was it just on raised land, or just when they started a mountain and when it would flood kind of what?
What are you talking about?
The aqueducts. Well, I mean,
an aqueduct is really pretty much it's just like a half of a tube that water would run down.
Except then you see what I'm saying is okay. Let me pull this out. That's a piece of paper. What did you do? You're such a slob. Did you just dump the shrimp cocktail everywhere?
Yeah.
Good thing we already ate it. That's my snot. Give me another snot rag, cameraman.
That's not right.
That's disgusting. Anyway, well, what I'm saying is, so you see in the aqueducts and the gimmicks, they have the cement things with the big half circles. You know what I mean? Like they still have here in Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the water coming from?
How's it there?
And when the water what's it flow? So they build it up on a hill, but I mean, what do they have to pave the road so it's on downhill slope or what? I mean, how do they control? Like in LA they have those water basins. I'm just saying.
Like the aqueduct ran right.
That's what I'm saying. They always talk about the aqueducts, but they never show how the gimmick actually worked. Which kind of pissed me off. I was screaming at the TV because but actually what was amazing was
but I had to be hooked in through the Nile somehow.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The
water was pulled out from an underground fucking well, and guys stood there and fucking...
Well, no, they were saying it comes from the spring water, from the mountains, and from the rains, and from floods.
Okay,
but still,
they're in the middle of a fucking desert.
Still, okay, so what? Yeah, the Romans weren't in the middle of the desert. But what I'm saying is, so what, did they build the ground up leading up to the mountain? I mean, was everything on a hill? I mean, there's a lot more to it.
But you get your pressure, you mean your work to get your pressure.
I mean, they actually, I was watching a thing today, it said they actually had, factories and mills.
Yeah,
they would build bread with the water pressure.
Like a fast food kind of joint where you could go in there. They really did. They had like a fast food where you bring a fucking chicken in, and cut their head off right there, in and out.
And they also did it. They flood the Coliseum, and you could run boats in there.
Full scale boards in the Coliseum. I love that.
The Coliseum actually had a retractable roof, just like the fucking Kingdom.
Yeah, it was.
No, they did.
I know. They had poles. If it's round like this, they had poles that stuck out like that they could cover with canvas.
It was what they did was they had a fucking.
I've seen it like that.
They have an engine. They had a pulley system, and that pulleys would draw the thing all the way across.
Totally close.
Yes.
You've seen it act. It was.
Yes,
I didn't know it was domed. I didn't know that.
I just saw the thing. It was all about the Coliseum on the History Channel. And they had pulleys and levers that would cover the whole thing fucking across. And but yeah, it wasn't like just put a canvas on top. It was motorized. Except the motors were the fucking slaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Slave motor.
Yeah, you have to pull the pulleys and they go fucking kill somebody.
Here, pull my pulley.
Oh yeah, they would have fucking all the the elevators that would come up and down. And that whole place would be
elephants, lions, everything. Yeah,
they'd be in there.
They
throw in a couple Christians,
and then they could flood the Coliseum. Just the thing. So in 3 hours, they could flood it because the aqueducts.
Yeah, I know. Think about that.
Right, and it's
how
sealed.
fast they could do that?
But it was also stay sealed. Too.
I know that.
And then they could release it all.
And then all of a sudden,
in there.
it just makes no sense that.
Which is good, like they had a boat convention.
I never thought of
like at the Philly Civic Center. Like at the Civic Center.
What's she do? What else was I gonna say about that?
I need my vitamins. I just ate. I need some vitamins.
His stomach acid going.
Yes. Is that a spit cup? Oh, that's gross.
What is?
I just spilled your fucking cigarette fucking juice. Hey, give me that.
That's
give me
right,
that nasty towel.
That's right, your hotel.
Yeah, it's my hotel. I have to change. I already changed from 837.
We've already gotten a new phone. He didn't like the phone.
One thing, it's a no smoking room.
My God.
I only smoke when I'm on fire. But I'll be here all week.
Well, how long you in town for?
I gotta leave Saturday. This is my
Saturday tomorrow. Oh, that's right.
This is my schedule. Today I have to shoot a DVD with Gabe that we're actually shooting now, even as we speak. And then tomorrow I will shoot 2 more with Gabe so I can make some more money. Then Saturday I will go up to see the masked kleptomaniac Frank Goodman.
Oh, good. Let's go together.
I got 2 shows, but I got to do a double shot. I got to.
Mikey?
No, I got some guy in Jersey. Frank Goodman got where I'm wrestling Rhino twice on Saturday. I don't want to wrestle him once.
Are you doing Frank's second?
Mm-hmm.
You have to. We never get there.
Unless it's on Sunday.
Right. Exactly. Literally.
Yeah, the Frank Goodman shows. I love Frank Goodman, but there's times where I've gone to the ring at 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Yep.
But I had it down to a system though. I was flying like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I would go to the diner. I get to the building at 11. I get to the building at 11. That was perfect.
Oh, he was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Fucking the matches. 14 matches.
Are you working for the masked kleptomaniac this week? The
actually, yeah, just call him. I'm doing him a favor. I don't know, somebody bagged out.
You can do a run into my match.
Exactly.
You can hit Rhino with a cane so I can go over.
That was a good idea.
What else? And then then I go back Sunday. But then Monday I got to fly down to TNA on Tuesday and then come back Wednesday. And then Wednesday I was supposed to go to Vegas, but I'm pushing the trip back.
Oh, for the poker tournament? No, I was doing that online. I bet you play online, dude.
No, I like online. I only play with people. But I haven't had any time lately. But I want to go to Vegas. I want to see Don Rickles.
We ain't having any time lately. You ain't worked for TNA in 10 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but I've been busy.
Busy.
Well, I had adrenal issues, thyroid issues. I've been sleeping like 12 hours a day. It's ridiculous. And then, plus trying to catch up. I've been on the road for, 18 years with no vacation.
Yeah,
I've never had a vacation in my entire career. So my 10 weeks off, I actually...
No, you take your vacation while you're in the ring. And let everybody else do your work for you. Yeah, your vacation's in the rain.
You still have to show up for work. You still have to get dressed, even if you don't do anything.
This is what kills me, though. My girl, it was the same with my wife and my girl will be the same, that they don't consider that I have a job. I mean, you pay the fucking bills, you make the fucking money, I don't care how you do it. I have a fucking job. But most people don't consider what we do.
I consider male prostitution a good job, Frank. I mean, Sandman, whatever the fuck your name is. Hack.
No, it's a job.
Would you suck a guy's dick for money?
Absolutely.
How much you got?
$5.
You have to pay me more than that to suck my dick. What's that fucking 3rd grade thing? Have you ever went camping and woke up with a fucking big Vaseline fucking greasy ass? Your pants down your ass? Would you tell anyone? The guy goes, no. He goes, hey, want to go camping?
I never heard that. That is so stupid. It's funny. I can't believe it.
Yeah, 3rd grade. I wowed him in 3rd grade with it.
I wowed him in 3rd grade. Oh, 3rd grade just said, we're the 1st graders.
Oh, yeah, the 1st graders were tough, though. They actually didn't speak English yet.
You were near priests.
You got to know what another book.
How about them?
You read books? Did you ever read any books I told you to read? I don't even remember what I told you.
No, sorry for me enough. You do the Wall Street Journal, the USA Today, and fucking my 20 magazines.
Yeah, but what was my point? Why read 5 newspapers when they all say the same thing? See, that just
you read the Wall Street Journal is way more political than the
USA Today. Yeah, but you used to read 5 local papers though, which made no sense.
But the USA Today.
But you know what I do? I just turn on my computer, go to AOL, and it has like news headlines.
I can't read the news off the computer. I let that bitch on paper. Well, if there's something that happened in a town and I want to find out more about it, then I'll go to usatoday.com and then I'll find a paper from that town.
But there's more important stuff. Like on a computer, you can see all the important stuff, like how the cat fell 80 feet and lived.
Right.
But
that's what's happening up
I know. I just saw that like a couple days ago. The cat fell 80 feet and lived. It's a cool video.
They do have 9 fucking lives.
Yeah.
9 lives and 8 different stories. Get it? 80 feet, 8 stories. Seesaw. Go ahead and do something, America.
I'm deadpanning you. This is a brilliant story.
Say it. Oh, wait. They stole your brilliant.
I never told the story
Oh, yeah,
about
they stole your brilliant. On that fucking commercial now for this fucking Irish guys for the beer where they go, brilliant. Fucking dirty
fuckers.
They did.
I'm suing. I never told the story about the time me and the Sandman went lion hunting. We were going lion hunting. It was actually when we ran into a grizzly bear. It had to be like 30 feet tall on its haunches. And all we went hunting with was he had his cane and I had a bottle of Percocet. And the grizzly bear, it was a grizzly bear, it was like 30 feet, swallowed the Sandman whole. The Sandman, as he went down, somehow managed to wedge his cane between the grizzly bear's mouth so it was propped open. I, being the heroic type, I dove in after him. As I was in there, the Sandman pulled his lighter and lit up so we could see around. And I realized the only way we'd escape this dilemma, as I took my Percocets, I pushed them up, I dropped them in the bear's stomach. The bear got high as a kite, fell asleep, and we crawled out to safety. This is a true story.
We crawled out.
Actually, but just to make sure though that the bear wouldn't attack us again, we
played dead once we crawled out.
I'm confusing 2 stories because he also got swallowed whole by a lion. But this time I pulled the lion's tail from the inside out, pulled the lion completely inside out, and he ran away never to bother us again. All right, give me. How do you blow smoke out before you light the cigarette?
I just put another cigarette out.
Let me see your pipe. Well, show the pipe. Well, I want the people at home to see the pipe. This is in the year 2006. Technology has improved to remarkable degrees, and this is what the Sandman uses for a pipe. This is what the Sandman uses for a pipe: a fucking piece of tin foil. You are a fucking cheap bastard.
Thank God they're not testing for marijuana.
Look at that slit.
No, the thing's great. You guys got to understand something. If you're in the fucking Pennsylvania and you're driving around with pot and fucking an actual pipe to smoke it out of, you get 1 to 3 years in jail. This gets crushed up, thrown on the floor, and you know what the inside of my cars look like? Fucking trash.
At the time I left the fucking used condom on your dash.
No, this motherfucker! Oh my God! Wait, I'm gonna tell you that story.
We didn't tell that story before.
No, but wait. No, I got another condom story. When my girl gets here, remind me to tell you the condom story. Go get
I left fucking, and the best part wasn't it your fucking your daughter's turn to drive or something? I don't know.
Oh wait a minute! It was used still. It was used. No, it was the van.
It was the van.
I left the van.
The Sandman van. I
was just getting ready to say.
I bagged some broad in the van and put the used condom with a fucking big load of cum right on the dash.
I think you might have hung it on one of the knobs or something like that. I went to turn my heat on.
With sags there too.
Let's go. I try to play that game with my girl when we're driving now.
What?
But I try to play the name game. If you see
right.
an X sign and says anything, I try to do it.
Yeah, fucking the name game. I fucking Dreamer thinks he's like the greatest name game.
You know, are you talking about before and after? Or are you talking?
Yeah, well, if you say wrestler's name, then whatever the last name ends in, fucking, and the next guy's
like Ray Stevens.
So the ends in S. So
Stevie Richards, you say exactly. Ray Stevens.
Right. So Dreamer fucking, he thinks he's the best, but he's not even close because I fucking smoked his ass. But anyway, the best part is, we're in Japan and we're just bored to tears. So it's me, Dreamer, I don't know, you might have been, you must have been there, but me, Dreamer, Funk, and somebody else are playing. So, Funk's the living legend. The first 2, and he's right in me. Twice in a row I gave him X. I gave like Mr. X and Dr. X. Great. And Dreamer's like, he's the legend. I'm like, fuck that.
That's hilarious. The legend killer. And that's what I want to call it. Why are you, Scotty, why do they call you the legend killer? Because I beat Funk in the name game twice.
So then I'm like, I'm running, so I get stuck with an X like in the late round, and all the good X's were taken. And fucking, so I go, ecstasy. They go, there's nobody. And I go, yes. I go, actually, it's a true story. I go, me and Conan decided to name this wrestler Ecstasy, and his name was people in Triple. I go, call him if you like. Call him if you like. Knowing full well that my phone doesn't call in Mexico from Japan. So Dreamer's like, that doesn't count. And then, of course, somebody piped in and goes, actually, there really isn't an extra name, ecstasy in Florida. So I crushed him. And then Dreamer I think we ended up going to a draw, which Dreamer won't even admit to.
All right, so a minute ago you crushed him, and now you think you went to a draw.
Well, I know I went to a draw. But
I know I went through a draw.
I went to a drawbridge.
Done that.
Went to a drawbridge. The fucking thing though was also Dreamer tried to take credit for Kimono Wanalea, which I made up her name.
He does still take credit.
Right.
For that.
And you know how I came up with it? It was like like when you're a kid, like 3rd grade, you're like Under the Bleachers by Seymour Butts. And they have like the Tiger's Revenge by Claude Balls. Called Papa there. All the Matches by Mr. Complete. It's a Hawaiian Prostitute by Kimono Wanalea. That's where I got it from.
Came up with
Yes, that's where I got it from.
That's great.
And then I wanted to call her Chastity Slutworth, but Saturn wouldn't let me. But so he settled on Chastity. Because he was dating her.
Chastity Slutworth?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Isn't it great, though?
It's bad.
Well, I was running through with Beulah McGillicuddy, another classic. Balls Mahoney, another one of my classics. I thought him as like a gay bite. Balls Mahoney.
There'll be another interview where somebody takes credit for that. Maybe Balls himself.
No, Balls knows.
That's dependent on in which person he is.
No, Balls,
1 through 4, he'll say he was one of them who came up with it.
And then Sign Guy Dudley. I go to Dudley's too, but and Sign Guy. But actually, I just talked to Sign Guy today. He just called. I guess he plays a lot of poker too. He's doing good. You talked to Lou at all?
I haven't talked to him in a couple of months.
Oh wait, I think the last time I saw him was at the
But when you call him on the phone, like you have to have like a video phone, and he holds up a sign. So hey, how you doing? And you're like, he doesn't make you say anything back. He just holds up a sign. You're like, okay, bye.
Yeah, wasn't he at the ECW reunion the last year?
Don't try and segue because Gabe during the break had to talk about. Gabe during the breaks is
that was pretty good.
Gabe during the breaks is talking about the ECW reunion. The Sandman's acting all slick with his segue.
Well, they wouldn't even know.
I want to get a segue. I want to get one of those segues that
I know they are. You would be able to balance it.
You would pop so hard. I was in LA.
And you can't go up the stairs with it.
I was in LA last week with my buddy, and we're eating restaurant. We're eating at some restaurant, some outdoor restaurant on Melrose Street. And my buddy goes, "Hey, nice segue." Like I said, somebody goes, "Nice segue," and all of a sudden the guy rolls by. I fucking popped huge.
Yo, I'll get one. How much are they? A little bit older?
How much are they?
I don't know, like $6,000.
Can you get them? Do they sell them to the
general public?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about this? How come there's no jetpacks? Remember back in what Super Bowl?
Because you'd fall straight on your face.
No, wait. Remember what Super Bowl was at? 1970.
Oh, you telling me when Michael Jackson left the stadium and won?
No, he didn't.
No, he did that at a concert though.
No, but remember the fucking.
They put on a space.
What Super Bowl was it where the guy landed with the fucking? I think it was the Colts were in it. Colts and the Jets.
I think Geppetto was at the top of the stadium.
No, seriously.
I am being serious. Think about it.
They have jetpacks.
The inertia of it.
They have jetpacks.
You don't know what inertia is.
Yes, I do.
What's inertia?
It's when you get two geeks and you're inertias.
You are so horrible.
Of course I know what inertia is. Centripetal force, centrifugal
force.
What's
inertia? Explain inertia to these people.
Explain inertia. When you have an object moving in a forward manner, the momentum that you have carrying with you is called inertia.
And when you're in a car, you get in an accident doing 60 miles an hour, your body's still doing 60.
Right.
That's what inertia is.
But they had the guy with a jetpack way back in like the 1971 land in a stadium. Mr. Sports Buff.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I'm saying is, and they won't
the power that it would take you to actually take off. You notice, the guy has to have the handles out here to keep you straight.
Take off.
Next time we do it, I'll do these. The power to fucking take off of the thing, you go like this, you go.
No, you don't. And actually, I was talking to this guy the other day about it. Apparently,
why wouldn't we see him more often?
I'll tell you why. Because they don't trust the general public with them. And also fuel-wise, it's way too expensive. You can't go anywhere.
You probably only stay aloft for a minute or so.
Yeah, you can't stay aloft very long because you can't hold enough fuel. But I bet if they actually worked on it, you could. But I think they just won't let the general public. Look at this. It's 2006.
Yeah.
Where's the flying cars?
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we should be at the Fifth Element by now.
We got so rooked. I thought back in back when I was born back in 1981, no, it's bullshit. I really thought by the year 2000. It's like Chris Rock, I think, said this in one of his routines, but it's true, though. I guess it's bullshit. There's no flying cars. There's no cool science fiction going on.
There is, but fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all, there is cool science fiction going on.
Yeah, but we don't see it because they don't trust us.
No, I'll give you a perfect example. Sojourner, Spirit, and what are that?
What's that? What's
Sir
what?
Jordan and Spirit, if I said them to you.
Oh, they're the space shuttles?
They're the pros. They're the
pro-
pros that we sent
Well,
to Mars.
we're sending
Where the guy.
now we're sending one to Pluto, too.
Applause line up here.
We're sending one to Uranus.
That was actually pretty good.
We're sending one to Pluto.
We're doing a lot of things, fucking technology.
Yeah, but I mean, but not, but only in the, like, you know, the outer space stuff. I want to do stuff like, I want a flying car. I want to fucking, you know, but like
hovercraft.
What's that?
Go do.
I would love to have a hovercraft. I'd love to have a hovercraft.
Shit.
Or I want to get like one of those airboats.
The problem is
the big fan.
Oh, you know, they just figured out. I was reading about this in my Discovery magazine, and I saw something on TV.
That's where I read about the Pluto. They're going to Pluto.
They put Uranus, you idiot.
No, because they're going with Goofy.
And they just found 12 planets.
Goofy and Mickey to Pluto. I know. How come Pluto couldn't talk either? Goofy could talk.
They took four. They had 4 balls of sticks. Take 4 balls of sticks, and then raise them up in the air. Put like 4-inch sticks in between them, and another 4. So you got the square box of balls
It's
of
fucking hot in
sticks.
here.
They fucking ran wire around all the balls of sticks, and I don't remember exactly how they sent the energy to it. They sent the energy to it, and they got the thing to hover. That's where we're at in fucking in intelligence technology.
We're further along than that. I read this book.
Well, I'm saying of what they're going to let us know.
No, we're further along than that. You gotta read this book called what the hell is it called? I just read it. And basically it talks about how like hovercrafts and fucking all that kind of stuff, and you know, like all the UFOs, all the UFO stuff fucking wasn't UFOs. It was also our government hiding the fact that they had all kinds of fucking spacecraft, you know, all kinds of ships and shit going on. But
I'm not so sure. I believe that.
well, some of it anyway. Oh, actually, I've been watching a lot of the UFO files on the on TV. They have like the Mexican Roswell.
The recent one that's on now.
Yeah, the show's on now. Yeah. I still got some on my TV. I've been watching it, but the Mexican one was pretty fascinating. They had fucking literally.
Oh yeah, Hangar 51.
No,
You're talking about the incidents.
No, what I'm saying, but they had like an incident they called the Mexican Roswell.
Was what all the people saying? The cops all radio.
Yeah, no, it was over like a major city, and all the people, like thousands of camcorders, crazy stuff.
All credible people that had seen.
You know, there was thousands of people like all out there. It was like Cinco de Mayo or something. It was like hold the wait, give me a hand 1-5, hold the Cinco de Mayo. Remember that from Airplane? He's talking on the phone. He's looking at the Mayo Clinic, and he's talking to some guy named Ham. He goes, "Give me a hand 1-5, hold the Mayo." Remember from Airplane? Did you not see Airplane?
You know what's the only slapstick thing I like?
Wizard of Oz. You just saw that for the first time.
The Three Stooges. You know any other slapstick I can watch? You?
Oh, all right. Anyway, but anyway, so well, yeah, I wish I could remember that book, but it talked about fucking Oh, and also there's I read this other book about remote viewing. They fucking that's where they take people and they put them in the government, like the CIA put this, like the remote viewing program where they get these psychic people and they put them in a room and then they find out like you know they
where they want the brain highlighted when they're actually being psychic.
No, what they do is they go, okay, there's hostages in such town, where they're being held, and the guy says, all right, they're being held in this place, and he draws a map and shit because it's all psychic, remote viewing. It's fucking pretty cool.
Oh, they're trying to figure that out?
Oh, no, I'm saying, no, they actually had a program that worked, apparently.
Oh, I definitely believe that there's some people that can do that.
Actually, when there's something pretty fascinating, I know what made me think of this, but it doesn't matter. The segues in my brain go so fast that it's hard to follow for me. But anyway, I was talking to Ranger Ross. Remember Ranger Ross? If I can, he had like a mediocre career in WCW like about 20 years ago.
I thought you were talking about a comic strip guy. I didn't know.
Yeah, Winnie Winkle.
Ranger Ross.
Apartment 3G. Who reads the funnies? That's another thing. Who reads the funnies aren't funny.
No,
they're not even remotely funny. Why has the Family Circus ever made anyone laugh? No!
I was actually just read something about how they're almost becoming outdated. They're
horrible.
A lot of these papers already.
And even more so.
Since the internet.
Like Winnie Winkle or Apartment 3G. Who really cares? Does anybody even read that? Like Calvin and Hobbes or The Far Side. That was funny. Or Bloom County. Bloom County was brilliant. You don't think it was brilliant?
I didn't read it.
What about this thing? Brilliant! Anyway, what are they talking about?
Ranger Ross.
I see Ranger Ross on these indie shows down in Georgia. Fucking, what a fascinating career. So anyway, he was a wrestler from like, what years?
80s, late 80s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably late 80s. He rappelled from the roof before Craig Pittman did or any of those guys did. Rappelled from the roof, whatever. He's but he was really a legit ranger. I mean, an Army Ranger. So I remember the indie show, and I just talked to him. Apparently, he just got back from prison where he was doing a couple years stint after robbing banks. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, so he's telling me. So I started listening to his stories. Fucking one of the most fascinating people I ever talked to. The guy apparently. Are you gonna answer your phone
what a
again?
Perfect time. Go ahead, you finish the story.
Right. So anyway, apparently, fucking try not to trip on the camera, dipshit. Anyway, so what a fascinating guy. So apparently, the guy was like a Delta Ranger, like he was an Army Ranger. And who's here? Hello.
I interrupt your boring story.
Yeah, so I will beat your ass.
She was boring before she
I will beat your ass, Dolly Madison. Anyway, Anyway, where was I? Oh, so Ranger Ross was like an Army Ranger. So apparently, like I forget all this stuff. Really, this should be like a movie of the week because it's unbelievable. But he he was like a high school champion wrestler and all a bunch of stuff, track, all this stuff, interesting stuff, whatever. I mean, but nothing spectacular. Then he goes in the Army, goes in the Rangers, kills a lot of people in a lot of foreign countries. But he was on a mission to get back the hostages from fucking Iran.
Right.
You remember that?
I remember that my brother was standing at the bottom of the stairs when the hostages did come home on January 23rd.
The stairs?
No, in Mine Air Base. My brother was a military police officer. He was the top one on the base.
Ranger Ross was actually there on a mission that fucking bombed.
And what, like a Pat Tillman thing?
No, remember.
You know what I mean? He was just in the service.
Listen, he was one of the Rangers that went on a mission to go get the hostages back.
Okay.
And
One of the failed ones?
There's only one big failed one.
I know.
There was only one failed, but there's only one big mission. And he went out in the desert, and fucking the helicopter crashed. So he was on the mission. So he's telling me what happened is they had like the gimmicks on their back so they could see in the dark. They were given like the radar or whatever to the helicopter so they know where to go. And apparently nobody shut off the system, so the helicopter just went right into followed the lights right into the ground. Yeah, really major world class snafu fuck up.
Absolutely. We look like.
And he was there on it, and they made him. So then they're like, oh, we got to get out of the country. And the big thing.
And they couldn't get out.
Well, no. The big thing with Rangers is you don't fucking you don't leave any guys behind.
Right.
So they made
I thought that was Marines.
No. What's up, Fat?
Hey, what's going on?
So
hey, Kevin, that's my girl, Dolly. Dolly's hey, Kevin.
So anyway, so you don't leave anybody behind. So they had to fucking leave behind, and they could have attacked anyway. So but they wouldn't let them fucking attack. They fucking wouldn't let them do anything. They fucking sent them back to the States, and so they had to leave their guys behind, which is against their big creed and stuff.
Right.
And total fucking fuck up. So then he goes into fucking ends up in fucking.
I think there was a dust. Wasn't there a sandstorm too? Was there a sandstorm part of that?
Nah,
it was just that fuck up that you were talking
about? Yeah, that's really what. I think that was the cover story.
Yeah, that was a cover story.
I think that was a cover story. Yeah, with the no fuck up. He was there for the no fuck up.
That's not the week. Totally sure.
Yeah, so then fucking, so then he gets into business, goes into wrestling. So that's kind of interesting too. But then after that, he decides fucking things aren't working out for him so well. So he decides he's gonna rob a bank. And this is like the most mild mannered, nicest, decent guy you could ever imagine. Like never.
Well, pretty capable of robbing somebody.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, when you would, this is the nicest guy. You can't even imagine him robbing a bank. But I guess like he didn't want to, financially things had gone wrong for him. He didn't want to impose on anybody. That would dig himself out of a hole. So he's like, I'll rob a bank. So he fucking so he starts robbing banks. But he doesn't go armed first of all because he knows that's big time.
Carry a lot more weight.
Yeah, carry a lot more time. Yeah, and he goes into you can't get as much money because you have to stay there longer. So basically, he would go in, empty all the cash registers, boom, he was gone.
Right, looking for the ball.
Like 6 successful robberies. Seriously, they kept robbing all his banks, and finally, like an idiot on the 7th one, he changed his fucking game plan. Changed his routine. Got caught, boom. Then went to jail. Then became a reverend. Fire like a whatever, a reverend or I guess a reverend. Anyway, pretty fucking fascinating life though. But it has a happy ending because he fucking what a fucking happy ending. So he ends up going to prison, ends up becoming a reverend and find a religion and all that. And I can't it's totally. And the funny thing is, he's so humble. He doesn't think this is an interesting story. I go, are you fucking kidding me?
That's fucking great.
I go, I'll make a fortune having a movie in a week. I can sell this thing. I go, fuck yeah. Everybody tries to sell it. I got copyrights on this. So I'm like, Ross. I go, Ray Ross. I go, you got to fucking give me like more details to your life. I can submit it to one of my buddies. He's a writer, and he's like, blah 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 blah. And he just doesn't think it's that big a deal. You know what I mean? So I gotta get on his case.
What's his name? Jeff Reardon used to be a pitcher for somebody. Got a little bit nuts. He walked.
Patterson?
No, shut up.
He wasn't that kind of pitcher?
He walked into a mall. This was like a month ago. He walked into a mall, robbed the jewelry store. On his way out of the mall, went up to a security guard and said, "Yo, I just robbed that place." Guy was he was a little bipolar.
Yeah, well, who cares? That's not impressive. Robbed 6 banks.
Stupid. It's stupid.
Well, you robbed 6 banks. You can't rob
that's
6 banks.
stupid.
I bet you $20 you can't rob 6 banks.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
I bet you $20 you can't rob one bank.
Hey, you know what? I'll make my money anyway because out of the first 5, I'll get $4 a piece out of them.
What?
I'll steal $4 a piece out of the first 5 before I get caught.
Huh? You'll rob the bank then. Even if you're unsuccessful, I'll still pay you.
Yes. I'll have $40.
All right. How much time we got on this thing?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. All right. Tell me an interesting story, Fatso.
How about ECW reunion? How about something rest?
Yeah. How about
Nice
your big
segue.
segue? Your big segue.
Oh, you were
Something
pissing me
wrestling
off
related.
so bad that night. He First of all, we don't start putting any. Well, since we've worked so many times together, but I hadn't worked in like 6 months. I've only
Yeah,
worked
but you're so rotten that you can't tell anyway.
That's a good point. And I was kind of straight. I wasn't loaded. Well, he just keeps fucking every 5 minutes. All right, let's add this guy. Well, let's add this guy.
I was pissed there wasn't more people to add.
We had 7 as it was.
We had the
Meanie
Musketeers.
missed the first 3, but that was funny. You made the meanie do the moonsault 3 times because he missed me on the first 2.
It was like, yeah, he was horrendous. Hey, but wait, didn't you fucking gong the fucking musketeer or didn't you get stabbed? Didn't he skewer you or something? Yeah, didn't he actually slice you open or something?
I don't remember that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking. And we had the musketeer. We had Mikey do the big turn at the end. I
forgot about
Mikey. He didn't want to
Mikey.
turn, that fucking egomaniac. He didn't want to turn.
I forgot all about Mike.
He's such a baby face. He's
What
like,
else
I
did
don't
we
turn.
use in there?
Your mom. Let's see. I got a phone call. Hey, sweetie, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to tell you an interesting story. Well, he's on.
No, we still got another half an hour to go.
He's a fucking idiot. Don't fucking believe what word he said.
All right, I'll buy when I'm done. All right, bye. Hot chicks. Chicks dig me. There's a hot chick I have to meet later. Big, giant tits. Huge tits. I just saw The Wizard of Oz for the first time last week. Where were we? Give us some, what do you want to hear about?
More drug stories.
More drug stories.
Yes.
I can tell you about the time. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get my phone to charge. Oh, this damn... I hate fucking... My charger doesn't work for crap like...
Try this.
No, it's not that. No, it's not that. The phone's so beat up. I gotta get a new phone. It's like from sticking it in and out so much that it's all worn off, so it doesn't stay very good. So you gotta put it at an angle.
So sticking it in and sticking it out. Sticking it in and sticking it out.
You ever with a girl with a really giant gash, like so loose that you have to go in at an angle to hit the wall sideways?
Scotty, you know the size of my cock. Anybody that I had sex with fucking would have felt like that.
No wonder you like sticking in everybody's ass. I actually had a buddy in college. He actually had a micro penis. Like I didn't even know that's what it's called, but it was that big, legitimately that big hard. I mean, it was the most. I felt so bad for the guy because it was like that fucking big. And apparently it's called micro penis. Because the guy I walked he's in there masturbating like this. Oh, it was fucking hell. I felt bad for that. It's a true story. I felt bad for the guy. The guy was he actually in our fraternity house. He actually was he was actually got blackballed. Like this is a couple years before I joined.
How do you get blackballed?
Well, they pledged. They're pledges, so they pick who they want. So he got blackballed. They didn't want him, but they did. One of the hazing things we used to do was they get as many people. Like all the pledges would have to go in a closet and smoke cigars. And he almost died from fucking inhalation. So he ends up fucking. They couldn't blackball him now because they wait till that last till hell night. Couldn't blackball the guy. So they felt so bad.
Even though you know you're going to blackball the guy the last night, you still put him through.
Yes,
that's great.
Yeah, and so
that's great. So when you build his hopes up, and that's how you get your whole philosophy out. Scotty sucks you in and then kiboshes you.
Yeah, so
there you got it. Know where you got it from? Fucking college fraternity hazing.
Yeah. So anyway, so listen. So they ends up becoming the president of the frat house, right? But even in a more ironic note, the semester I took off of college to go to the Marine Corps boot camp because yes, I was a United States Marine. The semester I took off to go to boot camp. 3. Actually, no, I was actually you know that. Shut up. Anyway, so So the semester I took off, there's this fat guy named Chuck. We used to call him Chuck, the big fat fuck. and Chuckles, his pants won't McBuckles. His last name was McDonald. Anyway, he had big Ronald McDonald shoes. Anyway, they pledged him as a joke because he was like this big fat guy, big fat annoying guy. So they pledged him as a joke, and then nobody remembered to blackball him, and he ends up getting into the fraternity. He became the next president. Basically, that's how he became the president of our fraternities. Is you have to be attempted blackball, and to be fat with an attempted blackball.
I want to be part of that group.
You're fat enough, and you have fucking blue balls, so close enough. What were we talking about?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I was actually with this girl. I was talking about the giant gash. I was actually once, I got a pretty nice chunk of change. I got a pretty big hose. I'm known for tell about my hose.
He's known for walking around the whole fucking place.
I got a pretty big hose. I was with this girl.
Naked.
I was with this girl once whose gash was so large that literally I had to wear 2 condoms to feel the wall. Shut up. True story. Oh, she was gorgeous too. Kevin, you know her. Remember she came to visit? It was your birthday party and it sucked ass. So I flew her up because I was so bored. Kevin was having my buddy Fat Kevin was having a birthday party. And he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be the greatest party!"
Nurse Ratchet.
She was a nurse, wasn't she?
No, she worked at the mall. Anyway, the big fake tits though. Anyway, so Kevin says, "Oh, you gotta come to my party." I'm like, "Woo!" So I fly up there. It's back there in my ecstasy days. I'm all fucking X'd up. We get there, there's like 4 people. That was the worst party here. There's like 17 guys and there's like 1 broad. And it's just fucking wretched, horrendous. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm fucking bored." And I was like, "But I can't leave with my buddy." I'm like, "Ah, fuck." So I just called this girl up that I just started dating.
I gotta import my own fun.
I don't think I've been out on a date with her yet. I think fucking, I just picked her up. I just met her like the Saturday night before at a club, but I actually kind of knew her from the gym because she had dated a buddy of mine. And so I called her, "Hey, want to come to Philadelphia?" Okay, sure. I put her on a plane, freaking flyer miles, flew her up, stuck some ecstasy in her mouth, picked her up at the airport, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not going back to the party. The party sucked. So, of course, the party got good while I was gone.
Of course.
We went to Atlantic City, I ended up banging her out, but fucking her gash was like a fucking canyon. It was like Johnny Holmes had been there and fucking planted a flag and left it in there for about a month. Good Lord. I hope she doesn't see this video. She probably won't feel too good, but good thing I can't remember her name. But she was hot though. Oh my God, was she so hot. She had no opinion either. I hated it too. Like she had no opinion, nothing to talk about. Like, I like to listen to myself talk, but eventually I want to hear a second opinion.
Huh?
What? There was one?
I fell asleep after a second.
How about a drug story? We already discussed UODing. What else have we discussed? Let's see.
Drugs are a hard one. They're hard to remember.
Let's hear about
good ones are hard to remember.
Let's run Todd's big book and talk about the Dog and Pony Show.
We already talked about that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did we talk about the Dog and Pony shows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
The Dog and Pony Show.
I just talked to Todd. It's all going to be in his book anyway. We'll trump him. We'll put it out first.
I'm not doing that to my boy.
Oh, please? Oh, no, wait a second.
All right. I'll do it. All right. So back in the day, fucking Todd used to get on the computer, one of those, like Don movies, S&M movies, or
Todd was ahead of he was ahead of the curve.
Well, the Dominatrix guy.
Yeah, S&M, yeah.
And he would fucking, and he would work these girls into coming to the wrestling shows, and they would come with their fucking, he said they would come with someone with their bag of tricks, the shit they wanted to be beaten with, or suffocated with, or whatever the fuck. So of course Todd introduced Fonzie to one of them. Fonzie fucking tried to marry her.
Tallahassee Kathy?
No. Wait, is it maybe? That was his girl. No, that was his actual real girlfriend.
Damage Control?
No, that was his real girlfriend.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
No, that was originally his real girl before he met Rabbit.
Who?
Before he met the other girl, Chad.
Before he went on house arrest, state arrest. Well, finish the story.
I just did.
No, there was more to the story.
No, he used to bring in girls on a dominatrix that wanted to be beat up.
And tell about the dog and the pony.
The dog and ponies, because I don't know where we got the fuck.
You got it from me! I came up.
So is this whole thing just to
It's
get him
not.
over?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Pony?
No, but you're going to give me credit for the term. Stephen Todd gave me credit for the term. Because I called our match the Dog and Pony Show, and I threw the Meanie and Stevie. It's the Dog and Pony Show.
You might have come up with the dog.
I did come up with it. Todd even gives me credit in his book, he said. But what I'm saying is, but no, the stories.
Call him A, Pony B.
I will read Todd's book, and it will be a wonderful book.
Pony E, Pony
They were like girls involved.
I'm not blowing somebody's story.
I wasn't acting. He probably it's advertising for his book.
Huh?
It's advertising for the book.
Right, Todd's having a book.
Anyway, I wasn't actually involved in these stories though.
I'll read it in his book.
Fucking
annoying.
I have to think of some more good stories. That involve you.
More drug
stories.
stories.
What's that?
You want to tell that?
Oh yeah, you want to tell your drug story?
Which one?
About your buddy received a shipment of drugs and told us. Long story short.
Go
There was like a bale of hay, a bale of fucking weed came.
Whatever.
He was receiving
10 pounds, whatever it comes.
Yeah, whatever it comes, however pot comes. So we're not going to name any names here, but a big bale of pot was supposed to be delivered. But they got the tip that the fucking fix was in and the cops were in on it. So he tells his dumb girlfriend,
Let's go. Do not take this.
Do not answer the door.
Do not accept it.
Do not accept the package. Don't open the door. If you open the door, do not accept the package. And then he goes out to go wrestle that night. And there's a knock on the door. She opens the door. Hey, we accept this package? Sure. Cops come. Goodbye. Lock them up.
But the only reason they got out of it was because they knew the package was coming in and everything. The only reason they got out of it, it was actually a tag team. And
Don't say any names. Don't say any names.
I didn't. I just said we're a tag team.
Don't.
And one of them happens to be dead right now, so actually I don't want to talk bad about him anyway. But on the packaging, the zip code was wrong, or the house number was wrong. Like if they lived at 305, the house number on the package was 307. So the cops were stupid; they didn't fucking realize that it had the wrong address on it, and that's how they ended up getting out and fucking doing 10 years in jail because it had the wrong address.
Really?
You didn't know that? Oh, you did? I don't know if you know exactly why.
I'll discuss this with you later. That's not quite the finish of the
Is
story.
it?
No.
Curses, I thought I knew it. Well, then why'd you let me tell it?
Well, no, I didn't know you were going to tell some fake finish to the story.
That's not the finish.
Not that well, maybe it is.
I know what finish you're talking about. I know. Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, you can't tell that.
I forgot all about that.
I can't tell that. That's why I said don't name the names.
Right. I forgot totally about that.
How could you forget that?
Yeah, it was like the sandstorm. It was like that was the story that fucking went out. The sandstorm was fucking Iran.
I can't remember which stories we fucking exactly. I can't remember which stories we told. We told the one about the fucking when I had to throw up so I could keep drinking.
We were coming home from fucking the Sandman marathon.
We told that one, right?
Yeah.
We're not even that bar in Washington, D.C. we were at.
It's a shame we don't actually prepare for anything, because imagine if we actually prepared for this. We could actually think of some stuff that we hadn't thought of before.
Before they fucking started filming, we had a good 45 minutes. It was
we had some
just sit around bullshit.
Some peachy keen stuff.
Yeah, peachy.
What how did I meet you anyway? You were wearing that double wetsuit, weren't you?
No.
And you were the Sandman. You got his name the Sandman because he had no fucking name, and he was fucking. Todd was driving by a steward that said Mr. Sandman.
Todd. This is Joel Goodhart.
Joel Goodhart drove by a
billboard.
A billboard said Mr. Sandman.
Box Spring
Mattress. That's the Sandman.
That's how
So then he gets a fucking wetsuit. And I don't even know.
No, Jerry Lawler. That was Jerry Lawler's idea.
With the extra belly in it?
No, I wasn't that fat yet.
I saw the pictures.
I know, it was stuffing.
Stuffing?
Yeah, I laid in that
Where you guys
side
overseas together recently, or within the last few months?
Yeah, we went to England.
Yeah, how
Did
about
we?
Yeah.
We just talked about it. No, one I like. You should have seen him.
I sold way more merchandise than he did.
He's going to. The one guy's fucking him. Yeah, I know you didn't tell the story better than me. How I just kept saying the exact wrong thing until I figured out how you were working the promoter. Remember you wanted to
I was hot at the promoter. he fucked me on something like, I forget what it was. So Sandman fucking's trying to help me out, and he's saying like the exact opposite thing.
What
and
the fuck were you trying to do? It was the conversion rate you were trying to fuck with him on.
Yeah, something, no, because I wasn't getting my equal. I was actually in the right. I wasn't even making this up. I was actually in the right. And Hack's like, no, it'll be like, yeah, that's what it was, the conversion rate. So I'm like, so let's say their 50 cents is worth $1.
I had my conversion. I was fucked up on my conversion rate.
50 cents of our money's worth $1 of theirs. So so the guy's gonna pay me on like, but it's really like 57 cents or something. He's gonna pay me at 50, and plus with the so I'm gonna lose money anyway. Then the conversion rate, and Sandman's like, no, with the conversion rate you'll make more. I'm like, no, I won't. And so now that fucking like 20-minute conversation.
Keep saying, would you shut up and just go?
And he's trying to help me. Like, you think he's helping my cause?
And I'm like, Scotty, how do you not get what I'm saying?
And I'm like, you're an idiot.
So I went and took a piss, and I was pissing, like this light went off of my head. I was like, what am I, an idiot? And then came back in and still tried to help and still made it worse. And I wasn't even drunk.
And you didn't sell nearly as many merchandise.
Oh, I saw more than you that night because I wasn't wrestling, and I sat in the back corner and saw.
Wait, that's where we had the big run-in with Dreamer at the end, right? Oh, that was fucking Dreamer hadn't been in a fucking match.
Yeah,
in like
we were in
10
a
years.
freeway.
Yeah, Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Dreamer hadn't been in a match in like 10 years.
Oh, he was so happy.
Oh my God, Dreamer actually, I think had an orgasm. You know, Taz actually did have an orgasm. I told about that, right? Ever tell you about that? Fucking one time, remember that? Fucking, I was actually in the company, but Taz told me about it. Fucking Taz got suplexed by Kevin Sullivan and fucking had an orgasm.
I never.
Ask Taz, I'll tell you.
Did it stun his growth?
What? No, but it made him go blind. That's why he's wearing glasses.
Made him go blind.
He fucking got suplexed and either he suplexed the guy or Sullivan suplexed him, and he fucking got a nut.
See, I'm having a problem with that story because it actually involves Kevin Sullivan and a wrestling move.
Yeah, maybe Sullivan was maybe Sullivan was egging him on. You know, 'cause remember they were like partners or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Remember that? You remember that game? What was it? Did he suplex Sullivan or
I
was?
think everyone was giving Sullivan a hard time because he never did any actual.
So it's suplexed Taz and Taz.
That's what Scotty stole on Sullivan's non-moves.
Hey, I got that from Finley. Finley will tell you you can never take too few bumps. That's true. Finley's a big fan of not taking bumps because you're out of work. You don't have to take a bump. It's all in the art. It's in the art of working, which will be in my next DVD.
And the smoking
I'll be
mirrors.
filming tomorrow with Games Sapolsky's Ring of Honor. This is not a promo commercial.
You should have ROH light up at certain points. You know what I mean? And then have like a ticker, a running ticker at the bottom of it. Then you give us fucking what the Dow's doing right now, what the NAACP's doing.
What was I saying right before the Taz got suplexed?
Dreamers have a word.
Yeah, it's a Dreamer.
Yeah.
So Dreamer had worked.
That was
Oh my
fun.
God, he was so first of all, there was just the cup, the Mind Cup, that was invented by Big Sal and Nova.
The what?
The Mind Cup, and basically like the whole game was we were sitting in the locker room, we were bored, and like
Get some water.
they would basically if somebody would walk by, they would say like into the cup what was going on in the guy's head. Like, you know, like if I walk by, I'm so great. How come nobody realizes I'm great? Like making fun of my egotism. But whenever Dreamer would go by, all you'd hear is well, basically the only thing that goes on in Dreamer's head is his music plays in his head like 24/7 on a continuous reel. Like if Sandman walked by, he's like, yo, I need a sticker and some booze, yo. And that's what goes as the Mind Cup. So, I'd actually like to take credit for it, but I believe it was Big Sal and Nova that came up with it. Anyway, so Dreamer basically, at all times also, Dreamer became known that at all times his music's playing in his head, and it turned out that that's actually true. Like Dreamer says, like when Dreamer walks into the mall, say, and the double doors open, and so his music's playing at all times. So Dreamer now hasn't had a match in 10 years. Dreamer hasn't had a match in 10 years, and now his music is really playing. So Dreamer's just like, I mean, he's basically fucking about to master. He's about to fucking get a nut like Taz did when someone threw him on his head. And fucking, oh my God, Dreamer. And like, so then the thing goes on. So we have the match. It's a hell of a match, and we're killing each other, the three of us. And then we started laughing in that match too. Of course, we started laughing. Fucking, we got to talk about that match with Luscious.
She was in it. Remember, that's when I took the face bump into her crotch, and she came out of her cell totally and smacked me in the head.
Yeah, then you walked over and fucking came to the side of the head or something?
That was during the match.
Some valet came to the side of the head.
I told her to keep her, you know what I mean? Keep your fucking head up. She's so close to me, I had to do something.
So now the match is over, so fucking, I think that
You had your 5-minute spiel, which was you beat me in 72 games in a row in chess. You had a good fucking 5-minute monologue. It was hilarious.
Yes, I'm buried. I make fun of him. I like pure comedy monologue for my promo.
I actually did a drop kick in that match because Al Snow said I couldn't do one.
Yes, he did. And then what finally happened? So then, fucking. But long story short,
and you agreed to do the job without going. Well, maybe we could do it.
Only for
if I had a run in, I put you through the table, but you wanted Big Dreamer to get on top of me, so both of us picked you. You know, as I had his hand was reaching for the ropes like this,
and I kicked out on 2.
It couldn't because I had this fat ass on top. Well, that was actually so you couldn't kick out and fucking say, "Oh, sorry, I forgot. Let me DDT and I'll go over." He would do something like that.
So the best part is, so me and Sandman go to the back and we're selling, and so we're in the back, we're going over the match, waiting for Tommy. We look out there, Tommy's still out there, and you can see in his face that his music is still playing in his head. The people are like, "Hey, Tommy, hey!" He's out there so long, hey! Now they're sitting in their seats again.
Oh, he was.
Now, the music starts playing for the next match. The next match comes out. They go to a finish, Tommy's still out there.
The refs are trying to pull Tommy fucking out.
He's still out there in the front row.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I've not seen Dreamer that happy since ECW folded. It's unbelievable. Like he literally for one night he was Tommy Dreamer again instead of Tommy Laughlin office drone. Instead of Tommy Dilbert. He had to leave for like a 6 o'clock flight, so obviously he stayed in my room fucking the whole night. I don't know, at one point I fucking ripped off he had a shirt with buttons and he happened to mention, he was like, "Oh, I forgot to bring an extra shirt or something like that." So of course I went like this, boom, ripped his shirt, the buttons go fucking flying, but the last one stuck, so the rest of the day he walked around like Conan with his... Hey, you guys want to go to the bar? I'll meet you down to the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, go to the hotel bar, I'll meet you down there. Yeah, so, and the best part is the Dreamer now, he's got no buttons. This way, what's that?
Huh? I'm asking Donald, let's go.
Yeah, she can go with
Sure.
him. They'll do her. Anyway. So he's got like one button, Oh, didn't somebody like throw up on him or something too? Or dump booze on him? Or let's just dump booze on him or something? So he smells like booze.
Hey, Captain, hold on for a second.
We're gonna meet you downstairs.
Yeah, then my boss gonna come with you. Take dollars with you.
Money? What do you got for me? Give me money?
Yeah. Give him a rock, man. Give him a rock.
Give me a rock.
Too hard. Get some butter, make him stutter.
Give me that diesel. Fuck that. I tried it.
That's all right.
I said I tried
I know. I can hear it.
Kevin, introduce yourself to her. Her name's Dollar, right?
Yeah, she's a clone sheep. Anyway, so Dreamer Dreamer's like, now he's got a pitcher of beer dumped on him. He's got no buttons on his shirt. He's fucking bloody from the match. His hair's a mess, and just like he's like a 6-year-old at Christmas. Just just the happiest day of his life, and then because he had to go back to being Dilbert. Dilbert, that's fucking hilarious.
That's funny. Yeah, I just know he was happy as shit.
Poor Dreamer.
Shit. How does he get to work them shows?
Because he's in
Is anybody else allowed to do that?
Yeah, I think as long as you're not on the regular card, like Al Snow can and Lawler can, as long as you're as long as you're
active roster.
Yeah, as long as you're not as long as you're only a commentator or an office drone. Howard Finkel's still there?
I have no idea.
What's that shirt? You got the Melvins?
Yeah.
You don't really listen to them. That's just he's trying to look cool. Gabe's got to look cool, like he's got indie street cred. Listen to the Melvins shirt.
Who the fuck are the Melvins? They're from the 50s.
There was some big band. I never were big. There was some small band that was Kurt Cobain's favorite band, the Melvins.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true only because you've heard him say that before?
It's true.
Actually, he has never, and this really pisses me off, fucking not answered a big question correct in a game of Trivial Pursuit.
I remember
I don't care if it's a 1950 movie about Anne fucking Margaret. He knows.
They tried to
his
take
thing.
advantage of me when I was in rehab and play me in the Trivial Pursuit, and I crushed them all.
And then you got thrown out before the win because we were making too much noise. Remember the
No, you said Hulk Hogan and you dumped the board.
No,
You there was Hulk Hogan.
that was you and Hershey. I'm playing them chats in the back. We had the tailgate down of somebody's fucking truck. I don't know why.
I have never lost a
We
game.
had the
to Chester.
tailgate down. I'm just getting ready to checkmate him. He pulls up. Oh, it's there, Hulk Hogan. I turned my back for a
How
second.
about this? I play a lot of poker. Well, actually, I haven't played in a while though. But I used to play a lot of poker, and Poker Pro Magazine interviewed me, right? So me and Disco play all the time. Like Disco has a game like every Friday night, and it'd be like create wrestling tours. Like Hollywood stop and go to Disco's poker game on Friday nights. Anyway, so Disco and me play. Disco actually always fucking somehow or another he always seems to fucking beat me. Like whenever we're in a big hand together, like I beat him if it's a small hand. Somehow whenever it's a big pot and me and him are like in it heads up, fucking somehow he always wins. Like somehow like one hand we're playing and I think it was what I had. Oh, the flop came 2-4-5. And I had an ace-3 suited, which isn't a great hand. It's not a bad. It's a playable
How
hand.
many people are in?
Right. So
the lesser people are better that hand.
Well, it's a great hand because I got a straight. I flop a straight.
Oh, I'm talking about before the
I'm
flop.
saying so it's ace-3 suited. Ace-3 suited. I flop. The flop comes 2-4-5. So I flop a straight. So I'm fucking monster. Fucking bunch of people are betting. They're all betting. Finally, I go. Fucking Glenn goes over the top, goes all in. I go. I call. He goes. He's got a 3-6. Like who fucking plays a 3-6? The only hand that could beat me. I'm like, motherfucker. Fucking, he's like, well, it was suited. Shut up.
Were you all in at the flop? You didn't even go to 4th Street yet?
No. I think on the turn or something. Fucking, if the bidding wasn't enough, then he went over the top on me and went all in. So I called him. Fucking, but somehow he always seems to win the fucking. And I hate that. So of course I do an interview with Poker Pro Magazine, and I'm like, I've never lost a hand ever to the Disco Inferno. I go in back. I taught him how to play. He stinks.
You should have said.
What? It's too loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll keep it down.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's too much.
We'll keep it down. Sorry, sir.
We're done in 10 minutes anyways.
I came here twice and talked to him. I said,
You talked to me?
Who'd you talk? We haven't talked
talk
to
to somebody here.
No one's shown up.
Nobody has come to us.
No one's come to us.
Me? Did you talk to me?
I talked to somebody.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was the guys that just walked out. Was this a minute?
They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us.
Oh, they didn't say nothing. They didn't come back and tell us.
Well, nobody told us, sir. We didn't know.
We're quiet at the bar right now.
We'll be quiet. We'll be quiet.
We're done in 10 minutes anyways.
We will. No, it's fine. No problem. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
So obviously that was all because of me, because I am one loud son of a bitch.
Yeah. So anyway, so Disco. So I said that Disco's never ever beat me in poker ever. He was hot. He calls me up from the poker game Friday night. He's still on the Poker Pro Magazine, and they got me on speaker. Like he's like, I'm like, that's a true story.
We've got to be the only people ever doing a shoot interview where the security comes up and says you're too loud.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, you see that guy that came with the while the interview was going on, we had like a bunch of people come by. All my friends and stuff.
My girl.
This girl, my friends. Remember the guy with the crutches, the bald guy. You know that
I
one.
didn't know it. I didn't know. I would have said, hey.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That was Jimmy Leslie. So apparently, what happened was well, okay, did you not notice? Was it recognized because of the bald head?
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a good story. He was. What's the deal where they take the embalming fluid and smoke it?
Angel dust. Angel dust.
No, the deal was for a while they took like real embalming fluid.
That's what
And they
angel
put
dust
it-
was.
No, it wasn't.
And I'll tell. But it didn't just come off the top of my head because I made it up. Angel dust is
It's usually where most stuff comes off the top of your head because you made it up. Anyway, they take embalming. We got to talk because we have to talk low because the security came with some guy next door. I had to wake up in 4 hours here at the the lovely Hilton Hotel. Anyway, so Jimmy apparently fucking was smoking the embalming fluid, which is really fucking dangerous. And I guess
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Got it?
They make a-
Vomit fluid. Why don't just everybody start smoking it so they don't actually have to give it to you by the time you die? So as soon as you die, you're automatically bummed.
Anyway, I don't know how they did it.
I'm bombed every time.
It's funny because I actually read like an article on like details or Rolling Stone or Maxim or something about like right around the same time. And I don't know if you put in a blunt or whatever. I forgot what the deal was. Maybe you put it over weed or something. Yeah, I think
it's a cigarette. Then we're rolling in a cigarette.
Well, whatever. Anyway, so he smokes it, goes into a coma. There's like 6,000 warrants out for his arrest, this is ridiculous because I think we could have that many warrants out for arrest. Like, and they never caught, like, they never ever busted him. So, but now he's in a coma, so he's in a hospital. So next thing you know, he wakes up. Apparently, like, a month later, he wakes up in prison. Wouldn't
that have been great if you could have been in prison the whole time in coma, your whole fucking bit?
Yeah.
Woke up and you're like, time to leave.
Tremendous.
You can do 8 years.
You can do it standing on your head.
I can do that later.
Of course, you have to balance it like that because you're in a coma. You wouldn't have too many support. Anyway, so he wakes up in prison. He's all hot at everybody, like me and Kevin, all his buddies. Like, we deserted him because he ended up with a coma in prison. And then, of course, him and Kevin swore they'd never talk to each other again, so they're best friends again.
I can't fucking believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't look like him at all. I don't.
Yeah, don't smoke embalming.
He used to have the real long. He used to have long hair.
Yeah, long hair. Yeah.
That was a nutty.
Yeah, I don't even know why he's on crutches. I can't imagine how he broke his foot. Oh, he was a really good story. This is a great story too. He was dating this girl. We just called her the Swirl because she was a mulatto.
Swirl.
We called her the Swirl, right? And he hates this story, but he'll never see this. It doesn't matter anyway. He's dating this girl. Oh, she was hot. I mean, she was like Halle Berry hot, right? But she was she's insane. So they used to get in fights all the time. Like, yo, you've been there. Like, we come out of Deco and he's got her by the throat. Remember that?
Yeah, a couple times.
We come out of Deco, they're arguing. He's got her by the throat, jacked up against the car. Of course, she's just getting wetter and wetter the more he jacks her up, because he's a freak. But anyway, so they get in this finally have a big breakup or something. She slices the fucking brake on his fucking car. Like
the brake line? She didn't know what the brake line was?
She found
your movies.
No, yeah. She fucking, because Jimmy got in this fucking accident or whatever, or something happened. I forget what happened. But, he ended up okay or whatever, but they take it to the shop and the guy goes, your brake line was cut. It's like, what? Like, legitimately, she had found out how to cut the brake line for real and snipped his brake line. So she tried to kill him, right? So, of course, he's telling me the story. He's like, and then he gets back with her. So he's like, don't tell her you know about this. So of course, as soon as he told me that, I'm like, so he's like, hey, I'm like, you guys got back together. I go, I can't believe you cut Jimmy's brake line.
And then he goes back. That's fucking hilarious. But things are okay between us right now.
And then she got back.
That's a girl I want to marry.
Screaming at her, I never cut your brake line. He's like, you dummy. So he ends up, and this is how he got me back for that, because this is how he got me back. I don't think you were out with us this night, but there was this girl. What's her name? Oh, this blonde. She used to be a bartender at Delilah's. Really hot blonde.
Did she turn into a dancer?
No, but she ended up marrying the guy who owns the Gold's Gym. Owned the Gold's Gym out in Jersey, South Jersey. He ended up getting busted for I think drugs or something or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, this girl she's a 10. She's so hot. This bartender broad is. Philly is, oh my God, just a blonde, big tit, just awesome body, just phenomenal. So anyway, so I go, I hook up with her, and we leave. I guess there's a bunch of it. There's like 10 of us out. We always go back to Kevin's house, and we always end up there. So me and her go back first. So we get back there. So we start fooling around, and we figure nobody's coming home for hours, right? So I guess she gets candles out and puts candles all over the floor, and get the bearskin rug, whatever. The whole mood. And she's gone to town. She's blowing me out, banging or whatever. So then they come back, fucking, and so they're like, hey, they open the door, hey, oops, sorry, So she's like, she's totally cool with it though, except so then Jimmy starts hitting on her, right? And he won't, like, she wants nothing to do with him. Like, so then me and her go up to the bathroom to start fooling around, only locking the door, and he's like banging the door, hey, let me in, come on, Scott. He said I could. I'm like,
hold on, Anthony.
Oh, totally, but and so then I'm like, I can't believe you're doing this. He goes, I had to receipt. He fucking receipted me for fucking stooging off that the girl cut his brake line.
That was a big receipt.
Oh, he crushed me because she's like, finally she got fed up and went home, and I never hooked up with her again. So I was like, motherfucker. And then she married this guy who owned the gym. Fucking, I think he went to jail for drugs. And then now she might be single again. I have to give her a call.
I'm surprised you don't have her number on speed dial.
But I do have one good sex story I would really like to tell before we have to end this videotape, since obviously I am the entertainment part of the show, and you're more like my Ed McMahon sidekick. This is actually quite scary, a traumatic event in my. I picked this girl up at this. How
long ago?
This is like 8 years ago, probably. I picked this girl up at American Pie, I think, up in Atlanta, and somewhere I don't know.
You took me that place once.
Yeah. Anyway,
was it Paige's birthday there?
No, Paige's birthday party's this weekend. His new one, because fucking my buddy Chad just called.
Where's that?
somewhere in LA. Because I was supposed to, me and Chow were supposed to go see Don Rickles in Vegas, but I pushed it back to May, so now he's going to go to Paige's party. His 50th party, too, so it's going to be like, you know.
Ah, fuck. I wish it was next weekend I was going to be in LA.
Are you?
Fuck.
Who cares? Anyway, the, you know, I was at the 40th party, or the 45th, or whatever one I was at. Oh, my God, it was ridiculous. The, that was when I was up for 87 straight hours. And then I had to drive down to West Palm, down to Fort Lauderdale for the party, and Saturday I went to a titty bar called the Booby Trap. No, it was a booby hatch. That's what it was, the booby hatch. The titty bar, the booby hatch. I had something. Anyway, so I picked this girl up, and if I can bring her back to my, I went back to the Pelican's house. Remember the Pelican?
Yeah.
My old roommate, the Pelican. Went back to the Pelican's apartment, and so I got her in the bed, and I'm banging her, and I got her like, I like to get the girl like doggy style, but with her legs together, flat on the ground, with my legs on the outside, because you can really when her.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm pounding her, I'm yanking her by the hair, I'm pulling.
No, I stick my arms up under hers.
And all of a sudden, as I'm pulling, her fucking wig goes flying in the air. I was so head off. I thought her fucking head came off. I'm like,
Her wig came flying up. Wait, is she a cancer patient?
no, she had one of those gimmicks like
That would have been even better.
No, she had one of
Like
those.
a tail extension?
No, she had the like she had the hair tucked underneath. You know what I mean? And then she had like the lion's mane gimmick. You know,
Oh, she's good looking without the hair?
Yeah. No, she had the hair to begin with, but she had like one of those. I guess it was more like a hair extension wig, like you said, but it wasn't like just the length. It was like the thickening, like the whole. Girls know what that is. The girl never watches, but it's like, you know, and it's like in with the combs, hooked in, you know, stuck in there, getting it thicker and bonded. That thing came flying off. I almost fucking had a heart attack. I thought I fucking pulled her head off. I nearly shit my armor.
Alright, I guess that'll
How
do
the
it
fuck did you
due
even come after that?
to us almost getting kicked out of the hotel, or we're about to get kicked out of the hotel, so.
That's right, it ain't my room.
I'll have to go back to 837.
I was just gonna say, I just go downstairs.
Do we get enough footage?
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Have a nice day. Thank you for your support.